a week. They get in there and do work, and they build this bathroom. It's perfect. They do it with their team. That means you're going to see the same team every day, not this load of contractors shuffling in and out of your house for weeks. It doesn't work like that. And then they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the installation, and the products are beautiful. You're not really selling anything short. They're gorgeous. Natural stone, travertine, marble, cut perfectly, no grout lines, and they do everything, tile, tub, lighting, cabinetry. It's all right there, man. You can't lose. Visit the showroom, 436 Altamont, right across from Kobe. Slide in, look at those models, and realize that's just to show you what it looks like. Every bathroom is custom. They're waiting on your call right now. Hop online. It's rebathmidfla.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Win your way to our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Coming live to iHeartRadio stations across America and streaming free on the CW app and CWTV.com. You'll see Billie Eilish, Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Dua Lipa, Phineas, Florida Georgia Line, J. Cole, Journey, Khalid, Lil Baby, Maroon 5, Nelly, Sam Hunt, Weezer, and more. Listen every weekday to win your way there.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
If you're from Orlando, you know how we do food in the City Beautiful. We waffle our chicken in Metro Diner, udon our noodles at Bento Asian Kitchen, and ye can always find the golden tenders at PDQ. That's why there's DoorDash. Get food from every neighborhood in Orlando. Food so good, it'll make you happier than that other happy place in town. Download the DoorDash app now to find your local favorites, made by Orlando. Order on DoorDash.
Don't want to pay bills the slow way? Electric, phone, water, cable? Just bring AMSCOT your bill and payment. We process it electronically, and it gets paid. AMSCOT. Bill collect fees apply.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, I need to replace my old air conditioner.
For AC replacement, please hold the line.
Here we go.
And we're back. So, what do you want now?
Same as before, new air conditioner.
I just need to put you on hold again. Somebody's calling.
I'm calling.
But this might be someone important.
But I need...
We get a lot of calls this time of year. Dreadfully hot, you understand?
Yes, I understand perfectly.
So if you'll just wait a little longer...
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
You didn't call Frank Gay.
Well...
Did you?
Probably should have.
Probably should have. Well, tough luck. So, would you like to go back on hold?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you should be the priority. Experienced technicians ready to roll on your schedule and your installation done right. That's the Frank Gay way.
Next time you can call Frank Gay.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
If you've been thinking, it's probably time to change my oil, you're probably right. So head to Advance Auto Parts and grab an oil change bundle. 5 quarts of Mobil 1, Valvoline, Castrol, or Pennzoil Full Synthetic Oil, and a qualifying premium oil filter for just $37.99. And right now, when you choose a Castrol Edge bundle, you also get Grime Boss wipes free. Advance your auto at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery. Ends Monday.
Oh, oh, When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. The summer of can is here, and since we finally can, let's make it a premium summer. Fancy sausage at the barbecue, a full theater for camping, a fully gold bathing suit at the pool. Because Heineken is made with premium malt and their famous A yeast. So go premium with the crisp, ice-cold can of Heineken. Pick up a pack or get it delivered and put the can back into summer. That can be your six-pack. Must be 21 or over to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
Unbelievable.
No sugar and 60 calories.
Naturally. New Chobani with zero sugar. Impossibly delicious. Made possible by Chobani, not a low-calorie food.
No one knows you like you. That's why iHeart is giving you your very own station, My Favorites Radio, where the only songs that play are the ones you've thumbed up, plus the biggest songs from the stations you listen to most. The more you hit thumbs up, the more personal My Favorites Radio gets. Trust us, the thumb spring will be worth it. You can even show off your amazing musical taste and share your station with friends. My Favorites Radio, only on iHeart. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday afternoon. I say beautiful. It's actually a little hazy out there. There's an explanation for that. We'll go over that a little bit later, maybe.
Hey, at least it's not mid-90s.
Yeah, no joke. It actually isn't that horrible out today. So that is a bit of a
silver lining.
A bit of a silver lining for sure. Welcome back. I am Jim. Ross is right over there. Remember, Jack's on vacation. He'll join us a little later this week. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, maybe once we get to the national stories, we'll be able to talk a little bit about what's probably kept Jack busy for the last 24 hours or so. Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. He's also host of the Home Loans Radio Show. Dozens of Florida doctors are speaking out about what they say is the reality inside hospitals and ICUs and the effects of people avoiding vaccinations. More than 50 doctors were up early this morning to take part in a demonstration where they talked about how exhausted and frustrated they are as they scramble to treat large numbers of unvaccinated people being admitted to hospitals. Florida counted more than 17,000 hospitalizations over the past week compared to fewer than 16,000 the previous week. So, unfortunately, those numbers, in some cases, they're starting to trend down, but the hospitalizations still, for some reason, continue to go up. And we're hearing a lot of cases going on in schools, so much so that a middle school in Brevard County it's closed for the first 2 days of this week. Officials at Madison Middle School say it's going to be closed today and tomorrow because of expanded cases of COVID-19, and the entire school needs to undergo a deep cleaning. Students are going to receive virtual instruction. COVID testing is also being offered to students and staff. Yeah. And I make that sound because, in between all of this are parents trying to get to work and trying to figure out, is school in, is school out?
And, we talk about tests so flippantly, but, I was in a Walgreens and a CVS yesterday. Both of them had signs on the front door saying we don't have any COVID tests. So I heard it's even hard to get a test now.
Yeah. And that could be part of the reason why the numbers of testing have gone down. It's not because there isn't the need, but like you said, some places are running out of tests. Yeah. Now, parents upset with the governor are starting to make their case. Starting today, a judge in Tallahassee is going to hear 3 days worth of arguments in a case brought by parents in at least 6 Florida counties who support school mask mandates. The parents are suing the state over an executive order signed by the governor that bans such mandates. School boards in Alachua and Broward County have already said, hey, we'll be able to weather the financial impact because their salaries are starting to be withheld. The salaries of any school board member who voted for the mask mandate are the ones who will have their salaries withheld. The plaintiffs say the ban is unconstitutional and they want it struck down. The parents of special needs students also filed suit.
I simply don't understand why this isn't a county-to-county decision. I really don't. Again, I'll say, like I said it last week, I mean, it seems like the people who run the school boards in those counties probably know better how those school systems run, the teachers that are there in those hallways every single day. You know, to ignore that information, to me, is just so short-sighted. Again, from a governor with that great Ivy League education, I would just rather see something a little bit more. I know it's a difficult thing to manage. I don't pretend to be an armchair quarterback here. It is difficult to manage, but to not let the counties handle it and to do this big overlord kind of move for the state, I don't know if that's super smart. I don't worry about it being, if it's the right decision and you think this is the right thing to do. But I mean, the numbers are showing that maybe it's not working out the way that he thought. The way we got lucky in 2020, where we had those weird numbers in that weird bubble, and everybody's like, "Wow, this guy's," and I was as well. And I'm still not for a lockdown, but man, I mean, when it comes to children that are forced to be in an area that are close to each other, then again, just same thing we were saying in 2020. And those kids are going right back home.
And they can't be vaccinated.
And they can't be vaccinated.
And this is different from the original coronavirus strain that didn't hit children.
So it's just a really unique thing. I would think that county to county, those guys can make their own decisions and do the best job for the citizens of that county. To disempower those people just seems so short-sighted.
Well, you're not alone, because a new poll finds a majority of Floridians are disapproving of Governor Ron DeSantis' handling of the pandemic. The Political Matrix, the Listener Group survey shows nearly 54% of voters have an unfavorable or very unfavorable view of the governor's response to the COVID-19 crisis. Now, on the flip side, about 43% have a favorable or very favorable view. The poll also found Democratic contenders Charlie Crist or Nikki Fried would beat the Republican governor in a potential head-to-head matchup.
Nope.
We'll see about that.
Get all your money together and come see me.
Yeah. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio also has a 10-point lead over Democratic challenger Val Demings. For my part, I'm just not ready to start doing this. Polls and the politics.
Let's just move on.
All right,
More mushroom stories. Ross?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on it. Okay,
yes.
buddy, just have one ready to go.
Oh, my God, please. Okay, this a sad local note. Today marked the last day for the community to say goodbye to a fallen police officer in Volusia County. Funeral services took place for Daytona Beach police officer Jason Rayner, who died last week from injuries he suffered in an on-duty shooting 2 months ago. The funeral for the 26-year-old was private, but the public was asked to line the streets for a procession on International Speedway Boulevard from Beach Street to Nova Road, and the community came out in force.
Oh, did they really? That's good.
Really did. Lots
doesn't
of
shock
great
me
video.
in Daytona.
No, it doesn't shock me as either. The 1-hour procession started at about 1:15 this afternoon, which was followed by Rayner's funeral, which was held at Peabody Auditorium. Oh, big congratulations.
To?
Matt Gates. He's no longer a bachelor.
He and Beavis finally pulled the trigger?
The Panhandle congressman married, I took the copy in the wire, said longtime girlfriend. He's been dating her 10 months. He met her in March 2020.
Listen, to a millennial, that's a forever time.
I know. Remember her name? Do you remember her name that he met at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach?
I do not remember her name.
Ginger Lucky.
Ginger Lucky. Okay.
That's my gamer tag.
Well, he married Ginger Lucky Saturday in California. Wow. The 39-year-old Gates and 26-year-old bride.
Oh, good for him.
Wed in a private ceremony on Catalina Island. Absolutely. He shared pictures on Twitter after Vanity Fair broke the story.
All right.
Nothing like a, hey, look over here, look over here.
Mm-hmm.
Gates remains under federal investigation over allegations that he paid a 17-year-old girl for sex, which he denies. For those who maybe forget, he was very bros with Joel Greenberg, the former Seminole County tax collector.
Yeah, they were tight. A lot of that action happened together, right? That's where we're learning a lot of this information is from Greenberg.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe sentencing coming up. Yep. All right, a woman is facing charges after an argument at a Central Florida theme park turned violent. This never happens. New York's Sheikah Allen was arrested last month after allegedly punching a teenager in the face.
Was it an employee? or just another
No,
part?
another guest at
Okay.
Universal Orlando's Islands of Adventure.
Okay.
According to the arrest report, the 28-year-old Alan was in line behind the 19-year-old woman at the Velocicoaster ride when the teen's brother spilled a drink on Alan.
Oh, man.
That led to an argument that ended with what authorities describe as multiple closed fist strikes to the teenager's face.
Damn, man.
And
that is savage.
That is
so
brutal,
savage.
man.
Didn't explain it like that. And then she hit him with a closed punch fist to his face.
Multiple times.
Yes.
And it's a woman. It's not a 19-year-old guy she punched in the
Oh.
face. It's a 19-year-old woman that she delivered several closed
Boom.
fist strikes to the face. Alan is now charged with felony battery. Okay, on to the national news. The FDA is granting full approval to the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. That's a first for a coronavirus vaccine. Federal health officials are hoping that's going to persuade those who've been hesitant because it's been an experimental vaccine with emergency authorization use only to roll up their sleeves and finally get their shots. Now, it's also likely to trigger vaccine mandates from companies, universities amid a surge in COVID cases driven by the Delta variant. The Pentagon just came out and said, we're seriously looking at a vaccine mandate.
So if you're wondering why, now obviously people can't use the excuse of, well,
Right.
I don't think it's safe. It hasn't been vetted. That's been one of the big hurdles for people. And to be quite honest with you, it's one of the reasons I waited for as long as I did before I got the vaccine. I just wanted to see what the science was saying. At least not long term. We didn't have that much time, but even over maybe 12 months, 8 months, whatever the case may be, it didn't seem to be that big of a challenge. And then literally yesterday, I get Moderna. I tell my wife to get Moderna, and then yesterday he goes, oh, by the way, Moderna could cause more. There's more evidence that myocarditis could be caused in patients under 30 years old. It's still a super small percentage, but either way, hopefully that hurdle will be cleared now. People will feel safe getting the Pfizer vaccine, if anything.
But be prepared that your employer may actually require it, because that was the case in New York City. Soon after the announcement, there is now a vaccine mandate for teachers and school staff. Now, this is going to apply to all 148,000 Department of Education employees, from teachers to cafeteria workers to contractors to school in school settings. All right. Meanwhile, the FDA has a reminder for y'all. You're not a horse or a cow, so stop taking medicine meant for livestock.
Dude, this nothing.
The agency sent out a tweet Saturday saying that just after reports that 70% of recent calls to Mississippi's Poison Control Center came from people who took ivermectin.
Yep.
It's an anti-parasite drug that's meant for livestock, so at least you won't have worms, but you still might die of corona. And it's an effort to treat COVID-19, but health officials say, again, there's not enough evidence to show it's effective or not. You're just basically bombarding your body with something that may not do anything.
This is another one of those conspiracy things, right? Where not necessarily like that, but it came along that same vein as the hydroxychloroquine and things like that. And now it was ivermectin, and it's an animal drug.
It's an anti-parasite.
People are going to the hospital taking it because on one of these websites, I guess the word got out there that it had the same infection fighting qualities that any of these other drugs, Remdesivir or the other, have. So people just start taking it. Hey man, it's all there.
All right, a absolutely horrible story out of the Southeast. Country music star Loretta Lynn says her family is absolutely heartbroken over the death of her ranch foreman. Wayne Spears was swept away by floodwaters Saturday in Tennessee, one of at least 22 people killed. Lynn gave the update on Facebook after her property was severely damaged. Now, her property is located in Humphreys County, which saw 17 inches of rain in only 24 hours. The National Weather Service says Saturday's flooding in several counties is the deadliest in mid-state history. They've never had rainfall totals like this in Tennessee before. A father had his 1-year-old twin swept from his arms as they were trying to escape the floodwaters. The water took out roads, telephone lines, shattered homes. Crews are now going door to door to search for those still missing, and there are still 40 people missing in Tennessee.
It is. I mean, the footage, there's a video out there of Loretta Lynn's ranch before, what it's supposed to look like when the water's at normal levels on the river, and then what it looks like now. It's so weird. You hear, they hear floodwaters, then you hear Tennessee, you think, well, I mean, how quickly could it be moving, right? And you see those videos, I'm like, man, that would drown you so fast.
So fast.
Like you'd have no chance. And every story I read about it said that the water did not appear like you'll see usually when floodwaters rise, you can watch them rise. You see them breach the edge of the river bank, and then you see them rise, right? And you have a little time to get away. They said this was way different. It was like a tidal wave.
That's what I heard, a wall of water.
As the wall of water came down the river. So you had no time to really prepare, and then swept away was the perfect example. The water must have been moving 30 miles, 40 miles an hour
easy
through that ranch. It was bananas. There's no way you could escape it.
And this was, you had training thunderstorms. You had thunderstorms blossom, then die out, then blossom. They just kept training one over another. 17 inches of rain in a 24-hour period. I don't know any area that would be able to withstand that and not.
I don't know that I've ever heard of that.
I don't either.
That is like a deluge.
Yeah,
of
that
rain.
is. Meanwhile, thousands in Connecticut and New Jersey are still without power. This is due to Tropical Storm Henri. This, of course, I'm sure impacted our very own Jack Bradshaw's vacation. He was supposed to go to the New York City Homecoming for Heroes concert Saturday night, but I believe that's when the nasty weather had already started moving in.
Wow.
Rhode Island has led the way with damage from Henri with a little under 30,000 outages. That's down 10,000 from just when we got to work today. The storm came ashore in the East Coast near the town of Westerly, Rhode Island over the weekend. All right, speaking of sticking out in the Northeast, there are reports from a top aide to New York Governor Andrew Cuomo that he will not run for public office ever again.
No Cuomo.
This, as Cuomo marks his final day in office in a job he's held since January 2011. The 63-year-old governor steps down just before midnight tonight, clearing the way for Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul to become the state's 57th and first female governor just moments later. Earlier this month, of course, you remember a report from the state attorney general accused the Democratic governor of sexually harassing several women. And I believe this is going to be the first time in, I believe, over 30 years that a Cuomo will not be occupying the governor's mansion.
Is that a wealthy family? The whole family is very wealthy. I don't know anything about their background. I just know there's a bunch of them, and they're always in office. But I don't know anything about the family. Usually, obviously we know the Bloombergs are very rich and the Kennedys and all. But I didn't know if that family was steeped in a certain kind of money.
I do not know.
They're not buying scratch-offs.
Right.
I know that.
All right, U.S. Capitol Police say the officer who shot and killed a rioter on January 6th was justified in his use of force. In a statement, police said the shooting death of Ashley Babbitt fell within the department's use of force policy. Now, it states an officer may use deadly force only when they reasonably believe that action is in the defense of human life. Officials did not identify the officer for obvious safety reasons, but noted he will not be facing internal discipline. Know anyone who's going to be flying American Airlines soon?
I know my wife flew out to Dallas today on Southwest.
Oh, well, then she'll probably be able to get a drink because American Airlines is extending its alcohol ban, which is winning praise from those working on board. Paul Hartshorn with the Association of Professional Flight Attendants says fights between drunk passengers have become violent, and that's putting airline workers in danger. Of course, you saw the viral video of the Southwest flight attendant getting her tooth kicked out.
God almighty.
America's alcohol ban was set to expire next month, but the carrier extended it to January. In other words, they don't want that holiday rush.
Could you imagine?
That holiday rush.
People getting there after the second wave of COVID pent up. Hey man, I've built that Delta. I'm ready to get loose. I've been at the brewery since 8:30. Get me home.
Was it a roundhouse? Was it?
Just a straight front kick. It's simple stuff.
I think maybe she punched her. I think she just punched her, but she knocked her front tooth out.
Damn.
Yeah, I
mean, you come to Florida, you better be ready to go. We don't F around. You could be at our happiest places and get your ass whipped. You're supposed to come here the happiest.
Quite literally.
They avoid all that. You're supposed to come here, and boy, they punch you out there too. They don't even know where to hide in this bitch.
Well, speaking of scratch-off tickets, they're not scratch-off, but it is Powerball, and Powerball drawings will now be held on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday starting this week. Since there was no winner in Saturday's drawing, the first Monday drawing will be worth about $293 million. Don't forget to pick up the ticket on your way home tonight.
Right.
Elements of the game will remain the same, like prize structures, gameplay, odds, and ticket prices. Players can purchase tickets until about an hour before the 11 p.m. Eastern drawing.
That's pretty smart to add another day to it, right?
Isn't it?
Make more.
I mean,
people need hope.
Scratch
you
off.
couldn't have said that with less hope.
And the scratch offs in the lottery give it to you in the small dose that you need it in. Even a $20 win on a scratch off makes your day that much better.
Yeah, I mean, I won that $75 blackjack hand, and I lost $300, and I'm still high off of winning that $75 hand.
And you stay there, Ross. You deserve it. And now you all are officially woke. Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. So easy to find out if you can qualify to buy a home. It's as easy as visiting homeloansradio.com. While you're there, click apply now, and that's it. Get pre-approved today. And when you get that pre-approval, you get a plan, and you get to work with someone you can trust and who knows what the mortgage business looks like in your backyard. And that someone is Don. You don't have to make an appointment or take time off work, sit on I-4. Nope, just go to homeloansradio.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. It's Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Kristen Giannis here with your forecast. Another hot, sweaty day ahead. Solid low 90s area-wide, but the heat index feels like temperature in the triple digits, so take it easy out there. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10. Showers and strong thunderstorms developing mainly after 5 p.m. We're keeping that coverage at 60%. Tonight, dropping down to the upper 70s, mostly cloudy skies. Hope you have a great day in the Fox 35 Storm Center. I'm meteorologist Kristen Giannis.
This report is sponsored by Nader Law Firm.
Auto accident, bankruptcy, immigration, insurance claims? Call attorney Fannie Nader at Nader Law Firm at 407-688-8896. That's 407-688-8896. Offices Orlando.
Man, when I think about my custom fence from Mossy Oak Fence, I think about that high quality. That's exactly what I got. That's what you will get as well. The skilled craftsmen over there at Mossy Oak Fence only do it one way, and they only use the very best materials. And that high quality, that's backed by the best warranty in the business. I also think about sensibility with these guys because Mossy Oak Fence offers affordable payment plans, but I do think about safety and security because for sure your family's safety and security is Mossy Oak's #1 priority, and they can certainly help you with that for sure. So if you're thinking about a new fence, think Mossy Oak Fences. Visit mossyoakfences.com, and as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
Miles of pristine white sand below, expansive cerulean blue skies above, and wonderment everywhere you look. This is St. Pete Clearwater in the fall. Here, the senses awaken with the first morning light. Emerald green waters gently lap the shore. A calming Gulf breeze floats through the air. It's vivid, it's vibrant, and it's the perfect getaway. Plan your fall escape to America's best beaches at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
There is nothing harder than being a parent right now. So if your house currently sounds like this, you need a break. And surprisingly, donating plasma at BioLife Plasma Services can give you a break. Stay with me here. It's a physical break from the kids. Yes, finally some alone time. Give your bank account a break. You could earn up to $1,100 in your first month. And a break from reality. Free Wi-Fi, baby. So book an appointment today to donate your life-saving plasma. BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Make your dream vacation a reality with Norwegian Cruise Line and sail to the Caribbean, Europe, and more. With our leading health and safety program, you can cruise with the ultimate freedom and confidence. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, and much more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Duke Energy is ready to help you through this year's hurricane season. We're investing in a stronger, more resilient grid to help reduce and even prevent outages. And when storms strike, Duke Energy will be there to get the power back on as safely and quickly as possible, while keeping you informed. It's all part of building a smarter energy future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery. Ends Monday.
O'Reilly.
When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors. The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate that very much, as we do every single day when we fired up at 3 o'clock. I am Jim, Deb, and Ross are here as well. Jack actually just sent us just sent us a text photograph of Hoboken from across the river there, which is very nice of him. It doesn't look like they got much damage where he is.
No.
Thank God. But it was just kind of funny because of he leaves hurricane capital of the world to go to the place that hasn't seen a hurricane in 3 decades. I mean, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Real. Welcome back. We are broadcasting on YouTube.
And that's it.
And that's it for right now. So you guys on Facebook, just slide over to the YouTube channel. While you're there, give us a subscribe there. It doesn't cost you anything. We're not going to email you or bother you, but it does help us out a lot. If you want to check it out on video, you can see it on YouTube. We cannot get the Facebook feed up to date, but you'll be fine, I promise. YouTube is just as good. Plus, Ross has the chat in there where he curses at people.
I curse so much. I say words like damn and poop.
Yeah, damn and poop. All right. 407-916-1041. They announced today that, is it Mayim Bialik? Is that how you pronounce it?
Mayim Bialik?
Mayim Bialik. That's it. I always get her name incorrect. Is now the official replacement for Alex Trebek for Jeopardy.
Yeah,
one of America's most revered TV dynasties, really, in the game show world. I would think that, along with Wheel of Fortune, is like the king of game shows in American television history.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's got one of the best theme songs.
Yeah,
everyone knows that theme song, and you probably haven't even watched an episode.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you would actually even know what it means. You know, I mean that song could not mean a countdown for time. If you heard that, you would just think it's like a kid's song or something. You know, from a tale. But no, Mayim Bialik takes over. Of course, you know her from what was she at first? She was Blossom, right?
I believe she was Blossom before she was on Big Bang.
Yeah, she was Blossom, then the Big Bang, and of course she is an actual scientist, an actual smart person,
neuroscientist.
Yeah, neuroscientist. So she is a smart person, no question. You know, I do like her. I do like how humble she is, though. It's funny in interviews talking about the show, and I think even in a commercial they cut, like a promo running for her week when she hosted the show. She basically said, hey, look, although I am a neuroscientist, that is a very focused, specific discipline of science. That doesn't mean I know everything like a lot of these guys do. The competitors are, it's not even real. I mean, how much they know. Matter of fact, I remember getting into arguments with people. I'm like, come on, man, they have to give them some idea of the genres that they're going to go to. I mean, who knows all that stuff about, like, who knows about the Shinto religion just on a whim? Who knows a $1,000 question about Shinto religion on a whim? But these people know it left and right. There's no There is none of that. I mean, that is pure intellect.
The guy who just won, who knew that the Colombian port city of Cartagena was a Phoenician name. I was like, what?
If I'm at a party and someone...
It's the least impressive thing anybody can do, because it's not going to get you anything other than somebody going, hey, that's cool. And that's it.
If you're at a bar and someone drops that on me, I'm like, you're on drugs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you...
I'm like, Phoenician, I couldn't believe it when I learned it, but then I learned something new when he won.
We do this dopey trivia thing on Thursday nights, and if somebody gets two or three right in a row, I'm like, yeah, you cheating? Like, I'd never give anybody credit for knowing the really out there stuff, but man, there's a couple of those people that come to our trivia night, and they are. I'm like, man, how do you know that?
Because sometimes
is so
it's just
sad.
interesting.
Yeah, but it is. Sometimes it's just a super focused thing. You just happen to hit on a trivia thing where it just kind of is in your wheelhouse. I used to love watching Jeopardy. I watched it every single night when I was on the morning show because it was easy to do, and that was almost like the beginning of the end of my evening. 7 to 7:30, and after that, I was in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So, I mean,
were you really?
Yeah, I mean, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Never did that.
And do you watch it now?
I don't. I mean, of course, I don't record it, and I don't get home until 7:40. So it comes on at 7. It's off by the time I get home. So I haven't seen it in months, years actually. I haven't seen it in a couple of years.
Which means your TV schedule is basically Benjamin Buttoning.
Yeah, it is.
You went backwards.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, if you were, I knew people who do shift work or knew it for years, and that would be the weird thing. But really, it's not though, because really television now it's a la carte. I mean, very few things you have to wait for the actual time like you did when, the original TV schedule came out and you got the TV guide. You looked at it and you're like, okay, Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. I know where I'm going to be. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You just go up there, you bring it up, you watch it when you want to watch it, you know? But by the way, I did figure out that White Lotus was an episodic weekly thing. And it just so happened we started watching it when the last episode dropped. So we saw it in real time. I did pick up a new show this weekend.
Okay.
I tried that.
Wait, let's see. We've already know My Feet Are Killing Me.
No,
got
no,
the Pimple Popper, and then you like the woman who licked her.
It's a scripted show, Deborah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I tried.
Licked her what? Finish that sentence?
I tried Outer Banks, did not get that. That wasn't my thing. But there's a new show called 9 Perfect Strangers. Or 9 Complete Strangers or something like that.
Is this reality TV?
No, it's not. You know what it is?
It sounds like reality TV.
It's not.
He sounds very disrespectful.
It actually is a lot like the same premise as the White Lotus. The thing is, a bunch of people are coming together to go to this wellness area. You know who the wellness guru is, right?
Is that the one with Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman is Masha.
Masha.
Hi, I'm Masha.
Hello.
And when Marsha walks in the room, you're automatically creeped out. You're like, there's nothing you're going to be able to say. It's going to make me feel better around you.
Right.
Because you are really creepy.
But Melissa McCarthy's in that as well.
Yeah, she is. Actually, she's an executive producer of it.
Oh, wow.
And she's in it. And to be honest with you, she's the weakest acting so far.
Really?
Yeah, she's the weakest acting so far. But the characters are all together, and they're in this wellness center. But apparently there's a big spin with this show, but it's really not a wellness center at all. It's supposed to be kind of a suspense drama, borderline kind of horror thing too.
So Tim Robbins?
No, Tim Robbins. No. But it's supposed to be good. We watched the first episode, the character setup episode, and we are intrigued. So I will continue watching it tonight. My wife, I think, crushed a couple episodes on the plane today on the way up to Dallas or over to Dallas.
I've been on this weird tear of just been watching individual episodes that motivate me, or things that I've watched.
Episodes of what?
Different shows. Recently, I would say a couple of weeks ago, I watched the episode 9 of season 2 of the show Dave, and it was just very inspirational to me.
Dave, is that the Eddie Murphy?
Dave. It's Eddie Murphy.
It is Eddie Murphy.
No, it is not.
No, is it?
It's over the rapper whose name is Lil Dicky.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
And it's a comedy, but episode 9 was like this. They went a serious tone and a serious vibe, and I've just been watching things that kind of get me motivated, especially creatively. Another thing that I watch that always makes me go, yes, let's go write something. Let's focus on lighting. Is the Spielberg documentary on HBO. I've watched that so many times, and different pieces and parts of just going. It puts the gasoline in my soul tank.
I like that. You need something to kind of fire up occasionally. You've been picking up on like inspiration in the weirdest little spots here. You're getting a little older, buddy. I can see the signs.
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah. Because when you said you curled up next to the door on a bathrobe to sleep, I felt sorry for you.
Oh, no.
I mean, because you're a grown man, and you shouldn't be sleeping on the floor of a hotel room.
Well, that's what happens when you're surrounded by snorers.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I've done that.
And they were drinking.
All right,
I've done that.
407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this. Hang loose.
What is a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio. On demand. Find your favorite show at realradio.fm.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
We're looking at heavy traffic now heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429, as well as between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. Still in good shape in the eastbound direction on the interstate. No reported issues on the turnpike. The 408, it looks good, as well as 417. The Beach Line has construction eastbound at the exit ramp to 436. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Get a king bed for a queen price at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 during the best Labor Day sale ever on top-rated brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more.
And when it comes to taking care of your family, Safe Touch knows what they're doing, and they do it with the best equipment out there, including the two-way communicator. You hear me say that a lot during Safe Touch spots. There's a reason why. Two-way communicator is a direct line to the command center. It's that easy. It's like the Batman signal to your security company. That's the absolute truth. The minute your system alarms, they know it within seconds. That means they contact you on the open line. No picking up a phone, no answering a text, no nothing. This is Safe Touch. Do you need help? Yes, I need an officer now. Okay. That is the verification. That's how fast it is. 11 seconds is the average. So if you're suffering from anything more than 11 seconds, you need to consider switching because these guys don't joke around. And that starts at about $1.50 a day, by the way. $1.50 a day. And by the way, you can teach this system to anybody in seconds. It's as easy as you can imagine to run, and it works. They've never let me down one time. They'll do the same for you. Go to safetouch.com or call 888-723-8682. Again, that's safetouch.com. State license EF233.
There's more to Isaac Newton than apples and gravity. On the podcast Newton's Law, you'll hear a different side of the father of physics, who later became England's most ruthless lawman.
So who was this ruthless detective? This hard-bitten crook catcher, totally unmoved by the pleas of a desperate man? It was Isaac Newton. Yes, that Isaac Newton.
Listen to Newton's Law on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Response to International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event has been incredible, but this is it, the final days. You have until August 31st to take advantage of the year's most attractive offer. Get IDC's amazing value price and spread your payments over 3 years with zero interest. And as a special bonus, IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. It's incredible, and everything's included. GIA certified diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, thousands of engagement rings, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, pendants, bands, bracelets, the largest selection ever. Get her that $3,000 diamond band and pay just $84 a month. Or if you prefer, you can get an instant 25% savings on all wedding bands during this incredible event. But there's just one catch. This spectacular Summer of Savings event ends Tuesday, August 31st at 6 p.m. and will not be extended. So hurry, pick any item, take advantage of 3 years zero interest financing, and let IDC even cover your first 2 payments. Now through the end of August only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you know that Solis Health Plans gives you up to $1,200 per year in OTC products? Yes, up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. Brand name quality products. That's a relief. Furthermore, with Solis, you don't have a copay when visiting primary doctors or specialists. 0. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference. 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/7/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
You do not want your AC to break down when it gets hot in the summertime in Central Florida, so make sure you get hold of Mills Air. They can help you with preventative maintenance on all brands. Preventative maintenance can save you so much money. They can detect upcoming breakdowns and you're not stuck. MillsAir.com. That's MillsAir.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Make this the summer of Ram with the only truck brand to win Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 years in a row. Right now, well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x2 for $299 a month for 36 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 8/31/2022. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31/2021.
In honor of Pain Awareness Month, the Arthritis Foundation has partnered with iHeartRadio to recognize the chronic strength champions who fight chronic pain every day and celebrate their small wins by giving away one big trip. Enter to win a 7-night all-expenses-paid wellness retreat for 2 at Hilton Head Health in South Carolina. Chronic strength can help take back what chronic pain takes away. So celebrate your chronic strength by entering to win now at ChampionSweepstakes.com. That's ChampionSweepstakes.com.
Injured, hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynch Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this hazy Monday afternoon here in Central Florida, broadcasting from Maitland. You can check us out on YouTube if you want to watch us do our thing being sitting and talking. Very easy to do that. Just go to YouTube, The Jim Colbert Show. Give us a subscribe while you're there. Click like, share, do all that fun stuff for us. It helps us out quite a bit. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Ross are here. Jack on vacation. He rejoins us on Wednesday. Wednesday, he'll be home.
Because he won't have had any more pizza left to eat.
No. I mean, he didn't miss 1 minute of the show. Don't get me wrong. He didn't miss 1 second of the show. He's just been gone.
I'm laughing because he's actually being absolutely honest.
He's laughing right now. Jack's laughing right now. He's hearing it in real time.
I hope not.
No, you know he is.
I mean, something's got to take a day off from this place.
He doesn't do it. He doesn't look at it like that.
At least like a left foot or something.
The thing is, the stuff he tells us about, that's the stuff he like in continually in touch with. But what we didn't know is, like, a few weekends back, he went over to the West Coast. His like sister's got this bad ass.
Oh, yeah.
Like condo or townhouse or something over there on the West Coast, and he's up there balling out on the beach every day in Tommy Bahama shorts, eating lobster and whatnot, having Mai Tais.
Didn't tell us about that.
Doesn't say a word about that.
No, didn't invite us along.
No.
I wonder why.
God, I want lobster now.
407-916-1041. By the way, the haze, the reason it's like this is last week this broke. Now, I remember pulling the story to talk about last week to tell you to expect this, but this is that Saharan dust plume. And if you look at the sky, of course, it's starting to cloud up now, but if you look at that sky, look above where the cloud line is, you can see a weird kind of yellowish, kind of dingy, almost smoker's tooth yellow kind of thing there. And that's exactly what it is. It's that Saharan dust plume that we heard about coming across. And oddly enough, we learned that a lot of the fauna that we get here in, or flora, I should say, that we get here in Florida and throughout the Southeast is brought to us from those dust storms, which is simply amazing, really.
You're not kidding, Jimmy. It wasn't until this year when I learned, and I believe it was one of the What'd You Do That's New with David Attenborough, Sir David Attenborough, talking about how the Saharan dust plumes are also feeds the oceans. Feeds like the krill and stuff like that, and it also fertilizes the Amazon rainforest.
Simply amazing stuff, but it is really unique. It's out there now. Like I said, that's the reason why it was kind of, because usually in Florida this time of year, if it's hazy like this, we're in hurricane thing, or there's like a controlled burn somewhere to control the possibility of the state burning down, like we experienced a few decades back. But it's a little nasty out there. You don't like it doesn't build up on your car or anything. It's the strangest thing. It's like it is the finest
almost.
It's the finest, but they say it can really ruin the air quality. You got to be careful when you're out there and around it.
Well, thankfully, we do have a line of showers and storms moving in from the West Coast, and it is 93 degrees and feels like 104.
Yeah.
My God. We'll take the free promotion.
Right. Brandon Kravitz coming up here in just a few minutes. I want to talk a little sports before Brandon gets in here. I think this week coming up is the last week of preseason. Then football gets started here before you know it, which is simply amazing.
Jim,
I can't imagine this country needs football season more than it's ever needed it right now.
I have my fantasy football draft this Sunday, and I am ready.
Yeah, people are losing their minds. The fantasy football drafts are coming back. You can see the television commercials, how they're getting people in. I think Brandon's actually going to talk about that a little bit today as well.
You know who loves...
How many are you in, by the way?
I have
how many leagues?
I have a hard concrete rule.
One league?
It's either 1 or 2 leagues tops, and I much prefer doing one because once you have multiple leagues, you're like, it just becomes a mess quickly. So I'm a 1 league guy, and you know who actually loves when I get into fantasy football?
Who?
My fiance.
Oh, why?
She doesn't.
You're being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know. She hates it so much.
It's a time-consuming monster, right? When I said 1 league, I mean, I know people who are 2 or 3, and it seems to take up their entire life. I'm like, how do you stay married, or how do you stay with your loved one? Who would tolerate that?
Yeah, how are your pets alive?
Like 12 hours a day, and all you're talking about is linebackers and trade value. Man, if I was a woman, I'd leave you tomorrow.
Oh man,
I can't get into it. I would, and I don't take anything away from people who do it, but I would rather compete at something. I got a buddy who I played poker with for quite a while, and he's a businessman here in Central Florida. And if I said his name in business, everybody would know about it. But I called him to play a card game a couple weeks back, and he goes, I won't be able to make that date. He goes, but you gotta hook up with me. I'm playing ping pong now. And this guy's looking for anything to be like super competitive, and he's just a really competitive guy. He goes, I'm playing ping pong now. I got a ping pong in my office. You got to come down here and play me ping pong. He's taking lessons. Like ping pong lessons. Dude wants to ball out. He wants to be good.
Do you know that they're flammable?
What?
Ping pong balls?
Didn't know that. I don't even know what they're made of, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what weird air or gas is in it. I have no idea, but if you catch them on fire, they go up.
Corn chips are too, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, I did this on the Phillips File. They were talking about like life hacks. And if you'll notice, hikers and campers and stuff sometimes will take corn chips packed in an airtight bag because you can light a corn chip with a lighter, and it will burn for quite a while. And you can start a fire with a corn chip. And I actually came in on the Phillips File and set a corn chip on fire on the air so they could see it burn. But it's just oil. It's just basically burning the vegetable oil.
So it's like a torch.
It'll get a little torch. It'll burn for quite a while, too. Burn enough to get you a fire started.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's more likely you're going to have corn chips on you than flint.
Yeah, eat your heart out, flaming hot Cheetos.
That's right. Well, here's the thing. If you don't want to obviously, you're starting with a lighter. If you can get something to light with just one light, you can conserve your lighter or your lighting ability. 407-916-1041 if you want to call the show. The other thing, going back to the football season, is, obviously with COVID raging through America, football coming up and people going to stadiums is a bit of a concern to, not only the league, teams, other franchises that are also owned individually. It's not the NFL doesn't own all the teams.
Well, the Bucs are going through this right now at the moment because they are doing contract tracing after, Tennessee Titans head coach Mike Vrabel announced yesterday he tested positive. So the Bucs, I guess they had practices last week ahead of Saturday's preseason game, and the Bucs are currently in contact tracing mode.
Yeah. Well, they're going to play. Because, again, I hate saying this, but an indicator of how the world rolls with a new woke existence is you look at our theme parks. If the theme parks are going to be open, it's going to be hard to make an argument against any group of people or groups of people getting together for any reason. Because you're packing 60, 70, 80, 100,000 people into those parks. They're shoulder to shoulder all day long. It's virtually impossible to protect yourself completely. You have to be extremely diligent on your own behalf. Would you agree? It's a case.
Oh, yeah.
But New Orleans is stepping out and doing something a little bit different. New Orleans, by the way, they play tonight, I believe. New Orleans plays the Jags tonight for Monday Night Football. Should be a good game because I think Trevor Lawrence is playing tonight.
I don't do preseason.
No?
I'll
take a look at that quarterback, though,
Oh, yeah. Sunshine. Yeah. He's got to be called Sunshine, right? Yeah. That's his nickname. Has to be.
So New Orleans is doing this. New Orleans is requiring everyone entering the Superdome to show either proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test. I'm assuming the COVID test has to be within reason.
Right.
The last week or so that you're negative. And here's the issue, though. They are not issuing any refunds to any season ticket holders or ticket holders that refuse to get the vaccine and or the COVID-19 test. They are not letting you in, and they're not giving your money back. That is going to be a legal nightmare for those guys, I believe. I don't know. Maybe Steven can ask. We can ask Steven some questions a little bit later about it, but they don't plan on giving any money back. They say, look, if you choose not to vaccinate or you choose not to get it tested, I can't take the chance in here. You deal with certain restrictions when you buy that ticket, and this is one of those restrictions. We maintain the right to tell you no. And this is our business.
I would imagine with the NFL's strict policy for teams and players who don't get vaccinated and teams having to forfeit and possibly cover the losses of a game that has to be canceled due to an outbreak on that particular team, the NFL is going to take a fan's complaint like, too bad.
Too bad. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. Yeah. We're going to be cool.
We have to potentially suck up the losses if we get an outbreak. So
it says we've received all necessary local and state approvals to host a full stadium of fans. And with that in mind, we are not offering a refund or opt-out option this season.
And I wouldn't be surprised with Pfizer now being FDA approved if you're going to see even more reticence to change the policy.
Yeah, and they're not even backing down. And so there are other teams that are following right behind. The Saints really, in New Orleans was a hot spot the first run. It's a hot spot again, so they're not taking any chances whatsoever. And it's going to be interesting to see how fans bounce back. I get the feeling that it's funny. You probably wouldn't be able to convince anybody to get this shot on normal reasons, but if you told them they couldn't get into their favorite football team's games,
bingo,
you'd probably hit a much more lively nerve with that argument than you would any other. Yeah. Hey, you can keep your family safe. You're going to miss the Saints games. Where do I sign? Stick me. Stick me in the face and the eye. Stick me again.
Who dat giving me a shot?
Right.
Who dat?
All right, 407-916-1041. Let's take a little break. Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game steps up next, and we'll talk a little sports here on the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
You can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest. Buy from the best. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We're stop and go westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. We're seeing delays too between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. We're still in good shape in the eastbound direction. We are getting reports of a crash on Colonial Drive at 9th Street, so heads up here if you're traveling this way. Keep in mind too that University of Central Florida is back in session today, so watch for heavier traffic near the campus. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Kerr.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Getting on the road? Time for Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Home of the stay-in-your-car contactless oil change that includes a courtesy 18-point maintenance check. All in about 15 minutes. Go to getyouroilchange.com to save up to 50% on your purchase today.
And if you wear contact lenses, you're going to want to listen up for sure. If you're tired of having red, itchy eyes, there is a possibility you can get help here. That sand in your eye feeling when you wear contact lenses, you could be suffering from a condition known as contact lens intolerance, or CLI. And look, contact lens intolerance affects millions of contact lens wearers. And if you have any of those symptoms I just mentioned, you could be one of them. The good thing is you have the Filatowski Eye Institute here, and they're leaders in vision correction surgery and can help you with this issue. Just schedule your consultation today. They'll tell you all about it. It's easy to do. Just text 1041 to 868686. Again, schedule that consultation today to learn more at 1041 to 868686.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
Find out just how much you can save on your monthly mortgage payments at rpfunding.com. I'm Robert Palmer, and I want to help you save thousands by refinancing your home loan and letting me pay your closing costs. Rates this low can't last forever, so lock in today. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
Hello, Florida. Switching to Geico is a good idea, especially when you consider everything.
First off, Geico makes it easy to switch, and you can contact your local agent for personalized assistance.
But if it's so easy, you might start thinking everything is easy, even big wave surfing. And it's not. It's actually quite difficult.
Well, if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds on car insurance, and you could keep saving by bundling your motorcycle, boat, and RV, plus your renter's insurance.
But saving money might lead you to make some questionable purchases, like a 20-foot feather boa. And do you know how hard it is to clean a 20-foot feather boa?
Well, they do have an industry-leading mobile app you can use to pay your bill, file and manage a claim, or add a new driver.
But when life gets a little easier, it makes you too confident, and you start calling everyone Ace. And you're better than that.
Well, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating and has been saving people money for 85 years. It's hard to beat that.
But you're right.
Switch to Geico. It's obviously a good idea.
The Monster Brew Bus will be on the road Saturday, August 28th.
And it's presented by that mortgage guy Don from Home Loans Radio. Connect with Don at homeloansradio.com.
And get more info on the Brew Bus at realradio.fm/brew.
If you're from Orlando, you know how we do food in the City Beautiful. We waffle our chicken in Metro Diner, udon our noodles at Bento Asian Kitchen, and ye can always find the golden tenders at PDQ. That's why there's DoorDash. Get food from every neighborhood in Orlando. Food so good, it'll make you happier than that other happy place in town. Download the DoorDash app now to find your local favorites, made by Orlando. Order on DoorDash.
O'Reilly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts will help with all your car care needs. Whether you're shopping for parts, accessories, or supplies, we've got you covered. Right now, get Superior Cover-All Tire Shine 2 for $16. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. Keep your car looking like new. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
No one knows you like you. That's why iHeart is giving you your very own station, My Favorites Radio, where the only songs that play are the ones you've thumbed up, plus the biggest songs from the stations you listen to most. The more you hit thumbs up, the more personal My Favorites Radio gets. Trust us, the thumb spring will be worth it. You can even show off your amazing musical taste and share your station with friends. My Favorites Radio, only on iHeart. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already.
All right, you got me. I almost gave up faith on you there. You got me. That's pretty good. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this sandy, gloomy Monday afternoon
Monday.
here in Central Florida. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. We'll get you tuned up for a good week here in Central Florida. Nice, productive, hardworking week here as we move through on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here along with Ross. Jack on vacation. Every single Monday around this time, we invite our good friend Brandon Kravitz over from 96.9 The Game, where they talk sports all the time. BK, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, fools?
Yes,
more
disrespect. Coming in hot. I like that. How was your weekend, first things first?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I've been, I mean, honestly, we're still sort of in semi-quarantine mode. So it's, we've, I think like a lot of people, everybody seems to be different. But, man, like these weekends when you don't have places like the theme parks that you're comfortable going to for family reasons, and then it hits like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you basically have a decision. Like you're either going to the pool,
right,
or you're staying inside.
Right,
it is nasty.
Yeah, there's
outside.
very few options out there for fun.
I feel like I'm in the dog days of summer. Luckily, I've got some preseason football that I can have on in the background.
Nice.
And as we inch closer, I've got a fantasy draft coming up next weekend.
Yeah,
so
Ross has his coming up tonight, tomorrow night?
No, this Sunday.
This Sunday, there you go.
Can't wait.
And he said I'm going to be on demand for him as fantasy advice.
Oh, yeah.
really?
Guy.
I got his digis. I'm texting him a lot.
How good are you at that, by the way?
I think I'm pretty good.
Have you won before? Have you won money?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it profitable for you?
Yes.
It is,
I mean, if you
really.
think about it like this, if you play in a league where it's $100 buy-in and $1,000 to the winner, you really only need to win once every 10 years. I'm definitely going to win a league more than once every 10 years.
Damn, really? Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because, with the fantasy football thing, it's not like a pick 'em. I do CBS Sports does a thing where you can just, set up a league and just a bunch of people join in and you just do pick 'em. Person with the best record at the end of the season wins. It's just, win or loss. It's not even.
I'm in that this year, by the way.
Are you really?
I'm going to join.
All right, very good.
Same.
There's no spread or picking players.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, when I hear people talk about fantasy football, I get annoyed. And it's not annoyed because I don't like it. It's annoyed because I don't know anything about it, and I would love to be part of the conversation, but I just feel like it's too late to even begin. Like I feel like such a noob. I would not want to do it, and everybody around, like my entire crew plays.
Yeah.
My entire crew
I
plays.
think you'd
and they
be
love it.
surprised at how quickly you'd catch on to it.
Really?
I mean, all you have to do is watch great players and understand the smallest semblance of statistics, and that's it. I think the annoying thing for some people that haven't crossed that line, that are big sports fans or particularly big football fans and haven't crossed that line to fantasy football, is that you do have to differentiate between great football player and great fantasy football option.
Right.
Usually those two for the most part, those two coincide, but they don't always. Like, if I told you Tom Brady's my 10th ranked quarterback, you'd look at me like I'm crazy. But in fantasy football, that makes sense.
Right, yeah. Because of the style of offense, the type of passes he plays,
And the fact that
the kinds of plays.
There's so many quarterbacks now, it's become like a fantasy football cheat code at quarterback for these guys that can run. There's so many of them.
I see what you're saying.
Everybody's throwing the ball all over the yard. Everybody's racking up yards and touchdowns. So the difference between the great fantasy quarterbacks and the good fantasy quarterbacks, like Tom Brady's a fine quarterback to have as your fantasy quarterback.
But you're never getting a rushing touchdown from him.
Or like Kyler Murray's a threat to be 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's where I say it's a cheat code, because for guys like Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson, not only do you have quarterback stats that you're accumulating, he's also the best running back on his team, so you're doubling up in that way.
Guys like Cam as well, right?
Back in Cam's prime for sure. Josh Allen fits into that mold because he's not the runner that Lamar Jackson is, but he's the goal line back for the Buffalo Bills. He scores most of their touchdowns when they get down by the goal line because he's such a beast. So, those guys have a lot of value, and understanding those little differences, those subtle differences, and the stats that matter and those things, that's the difference between being good at it and just playing for fun.
Here with Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game. Preseason football ends this week. I think tonight you even said you were telling me the Jags and the is it Titans?
It's the Jags and the Saints. And as somebody pointed out on our show's group page, this is the biggest preseason game of the preseason, which sounds like a ridiculous statement because what preseason game is actually big, but this actually has a lot of ramifications.
It really does, because not only do you have the number 1 draft pick, Trevor Lawrence, and he's expected to play a little bit tonight, right?
Yeah.
Now, because the quarterback situation in New Orleans isn't completely solid either, right? And they're going through a big transition, and they're going to find out if Jameis Winston is their guy or if this Nick, what's his name?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill, this barber they hired. My God, man, I don't even know what this guy does. He looks like a transmission mechanic.
He's kind of like their do-it-all guy. I mean, he was a gadget player out of BYU that played quarterback there, and he's done a little bit of everything for the Saints.
God, could a utility quarterback make it in this modern league? I mean, really, when you look at it, it's kind of odd with all the running quarterbacks we just had. I mean, that's really. I mean, we've said the college offense, open it up. I mean, what's more college offense than having a guy that basically can run the option and throw a 12-yard pass accurately?
He was decent last year. They had him fill in for Drew Brees when Brees missed time due to injury, and he was decent.
Crowd favorite. I know the crowd loves him because he's nails. Sure. The dude is nails.
He's like a mascot. He's also what Tim Tebow should have been.
Right. He is what Tim Tebow should have been. Yes. If Tim Tebow was handled properly, and let's give credit to Taysom Hill, if Tebow was a better overall athlete. Tebow was an athlete, but Taysom Hill's really good at he's a good running back. He's a good wide receiver.
Right, yeah.
He's actually good at those things.
Yeah.
And
Protects
not just built for it, he's good at it.
Yeah.
So that's a guy that can play those roles, and he progressed. Honestly, he was better at the quarterback position last year than I thought. I thought it was going to be a train wreck, and he was actually decent. So now you have Jameis Winston, who was statistically great here we go with that argument again with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but just could not put together consistency and couldn't stop turning the ball over. He played YOLO style.
Here's the problem. Jameis is great. 7 passes. It's every 8th pass that guy throws. It's a problem. If you look at the numbers, like every 8th pass that guy throws is an issue, and you can't do that in the NFL. You just can't win like that. You can't have a quarterback scoring points knowing you have to have that cushion to win because of how many times he's going to give the football up every time he plays. I mean, what's it? A couple times he averaged like turnover a game there for a while. It seemed like.
I mean, I think his.
It's ridiculous.
He had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in his last year.
Right. First time that's ever happened, I believe. I think that's like a record.
It's bananas. I mean, and the guy is a great athlete and he's a good quarterback, but you got to think your way through this game. You and I were talking about Peyton Manning before the show today a little bit. Nobody throws an uglier pass than Peyton Manning, but unfortunately his football IQ is worth about 6 points every game. So, I mean, you're beating a guy that's outthinking you, throwing a terrible-looking pass, and the reason why everybody's open him because he's read your defense 6 hours before you even tried to put it together. He knew it before you were going to do it. So, if they could get Jameis and his talent and his arm to that point, that'd be pretty interesting to watch.
I think so. Yeah. He'll get the first crack at it to start tonight. You'll see him out there with that first team, and he's still trying to actually win that job. I thought in the first preseason game he was the better quarterback, and he should be. That should be the starting quarterback for the Saints.
I don't want him getting too hot in the NFC South, being a Bucs fan.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not either. Well, let's actually talk about a few of those going into the season. A few of the teams that could be making moves. I mean, in the offseason, through the draft, when you look at the league as a whole, coming from last season into this season, I mean, who's made the biggest jump? I mean, who can we really look forward to this year?
I think the biggest leap we're going to see is with the San Francisco 49ers, and it's not so much because of anything that they did. It's just the guys they're getting back. They lost some all-pro talent last year and really fell apart.
Within 3 games, their team seemed like to be just completely tattered.
Now, Nick Bosa is one of the best defensive players in the league. They lost him to injury. George Kittle's one of the top 2 tight ends in the league. They lost him to injury. Jimmy Garoppolo, their quarterback, was out. Now, they went and traded up to number 3 in the draft to draft a quarterback, and so they have their own battle going on. Their coach, Kyle Shanahan, has not named a starter yet, so that'll be really interesting to follow. You've got Jimmy Garoppolo, who's kind of like the safe, dink and dunk, accurate quarterback that doesn't do anything spectacular, and he's competing with a guy who is the definition of spectacular. This guy has the arm of Patrick Mahomes, but he played at North Dakota State.
Right.
It's hard to know what kind of value to put on that. That is where Carson Wentz came out of, so it's not like it's so obscure no one's ever come from there. But they play at FCS level. That's lower division college football. And last year, their entire season was canceled due to COVID. They played one showcase game strictly to show him off, and he was great. So this is a guy that can run. He's got a huge arm, and if he ends up getting the starting job with all of those healthy options back on that team, I think they could be really good. The only thing that'll hold them back, that division, Jim, is a monster. It's one of the best divisions going into a year I've ever seen in the NFL. In the NFC West, you've got the 49ers, the Seahawks. Russell Wilson's always going to make you competitive. The Arizona Cardinals with Kyler Murray entering his third year. This guy's primed to be an MVP candidate. They add J.J. Watt to the roster. And who am I forgetting? The Rams. The Rams, to me, are the second best team in the NFC behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they made a big upgrade in the offseason, adding Matt Stafford and moving off of Jared Goff at quarterback. So they're going to get a lot better.
But if Stafford does his thing, the problem with Stafford's another one of these guys. I mean, I talked to my son and I used to have these arguments all the time because he loved Matt Stafford because Stafford put up a lot of yards. But he's one of those guys that seems to be cursed with the inability to close. Whether it's the franchise, whether it's the offensive line, whatever the case may be, this guy throws the worst picks at the wrong times, and sometimes you can see transformation in those players, but man, I got to tell you, maybe more times than not, you're going to see the same guy. So hopefully they can rail that in and build an offense that Matthew Stafford can give him a few good years at.
Well, I think one thing that makes this year really interesting is that storyline of we're finally going to get the answer to that question. That debate should be settled this year. For years, Matt Stafford had, even though he had for a couple of seasons there, he had Calvin Johnson, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Their team as a whole was never good with Matt Stafford at quarterback. And he always showed he had the ability to be a really good quarterback in the league. It's the reason why he got paid the way that he did, and he was a starter for years and years and years. It never felt like that was the problem with Detroit. It was everybody else around him. Well, now he's on a team with great receivers, a great defense, a great coach, and if he can't succeed now, then it's him.
He's got the Matt Ryan disease, though. It's that same thing where you put up 410 yards, you throw 3 touchdowns, maybe 1 INT, and you lose by 10. It seems to be those guys, that type of guy. It's the same player every time. Puts up a lot of numbers, looks good on paper, but you look at the wins and losses.
Yeah, but wouldn't it change your mind completely on him if he came out, they go 13-4 this year and head to the conference championship game?
Look, and here's the thing. I think the kid's I think he's a good quarterback. But the problem is, like I said, either that franchise, either the vibe. He's had good players before, and they had okay seasons with him, but it just seems like he's that one of those guys like Matt Ryan. They put up a lot of numbers. It looks good on paper. They just don't know how to win. And even in golf, there's a thing called that there's a weird barrier to shooting under par. And professionals will tell you about it so many times. It's your own inability to get beyond winning. It's your own, and these guys seem to have that weird thing. Like they can make the worst out of the best scenario. So it's going to be interesting to see him plugged into that because you're right. That team is ready to go. It's a great looking car that needs an engine, and hopefully Matt Stafford will provide that. Let's move to another conference out there. What's another exciting conference? Buffalo Bills. What do the Bills look like this year? Because the Bills were one of those teams last year that nobody wanted to play. You did not want to see them on your schedule, especially coming to playoffs time. And then, obviously just the NFL happened. But what do they look like in 2021-22?
Yeah, this is a team that made it to the AFC Championship game last year. It was the Bills and the Chiefs. And Josh Allen took one of the biggest leaps we've ever seen a quarterback take. You saw it coming out of Wyoming, talk about an obscure college football program. That's where he came from. And he had this monster arm and kind of a lot of the same things I'm saying about Trey Lance with the San Francisco 49ers. All of the raw talent was there, and he came out in his first year. He looked uneven. He kind of looked lost, and then he improved. He gets the team to the playoffs, and he winds up in an overtime situation. And you might remember this play, throws a bomb down the field to a double-covered fullback. It was like the dumbest decision you've ever seen from a quarterback in the playoffs. And then this past year,
that's a guy already picturing himself in the ticker tape parade.
I mean, this guy's falling over.
That's a guy already picturing himself in the front page of the paper, like miraculous throw. That's all they think about when they let that thing go. They never think, oh, that's a fullback, double covered, 80 yards from here. And that dude's not supposed to ever make it 15 yards past the line of scrimmage.
There are two things that we usually don't see improve year over year from quarterbacks. That's decision making. Yeah. That's Jameis's problem, and accuracy. And Josh Allen improved drastically in both of those marks. So he's sort of the outlier of a guy that can turn that around and did. And so they're going to be really good. My guess is they probably take a small step back just because they overachieved a little bit last year. To be that much of an outlier, I'm always going to bet on you sliding back. But he's amazing. I mean, the guy can throw the ball 80 yards if he wanted to.
So let's talk about, before we get to, I want to get to Orlando City Soccer because they're having a great season, and this past win I know was a big one for the club. We want to make sure we show them due respect. But what team out there that had an okay season last year, like people will look at the team and go, wow, they should be really good, that may have some problems this season coming up?
I think the Packers would be in that group.
Just because of all that drama? Because, I mean, they still have good players. But do you think that all that will kind of, even in a professional locker room, that will seep in and infect the long-term season?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it can. I don't think it can't. You know, Aaron Rodgers said a week ago in an interview that he was 50-50 before training camp, which was just a couple weeks ago when that got started, that he wasn't sure if he was going to come back. We saw him. I mean, and you're free to do whatever the hell you want, gallivanting around the world and hosting Jeopardy and all of these things that have nothing to do with football. It's good to unplug. But when I hear from you that you were 50% completely unplugged and might have unplugged forever, there's an old adage in the NFL that the second you think about retiring, you're retired.
Right? Yeah, you're out of there.
And Aaron Rodgers was thinking about calling it quits.
Yeah.
He had the best year of his career last year, coming off of one of the worst years of his career, and now you're getting a less motivated Aaron Rodgers. That team goes as he goes, and if he's not great, then they're just going to be okay.
But I think as a competitor, once you get out there and start flowing, that it'll just kind of come back, and he'll not want that as part of his legacy, and maybe he'll even want to come back and play harder to show people, hey, look, even through all this BS, I was resilient. I was laughing at you the whole time and knew that this was the game plan to begin with. So maybe we'll see that. Let's move on to Orlando City Soccer. These guys had a gigantic win this past weekend. It looked to be pretty darn good, and the team is getting ass loads of support. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, first of all, Ross is all pumped up about this. I do want to hear why, because I've been curious all day long. I heard you say it in the hallway earlier that this was maybe the biggest win of the season. This is now a 5-match unbeaten streak. Their first win in their last 3 tries. This team has not been scoring goals, but they found a way, gritty win to beat Chicago. Why is it so big?
And that is exactly why. A gritty win. Good teams learn and find a way to win. This was honestly not against a great team. Chicago's in the bottom half of the table. We should have beaten this game. We should have won this game going into it, but all of a sudden, Nani comes out of the game, picks up a little injury. We don't know what the update on that is, but he leaves, I think, in the 30th minute. We don't have a star on the pitch. It's now we are playing with a lot of homegrown players, young players from our own academy.
Mm-hmm.
And then how are you going to pull this off? It's a grimy, dirty 1-0 win in the rain. And that's what I've been following.
Sounds
soccer.
like a cameo song.
I've been following soccer now for a very long time, and good teams find a way to win. Even the games that it starts kind of going like, how are we going to pull this off when there's not that much spark and creativity? You just work your ass off and you still pull it off. That's why I walked away from that game going, we can win in a lot of different ways. I don't think we've really won a game that dirty in the gut. It was like a gutter game. Everyone was tired. It's raining.
Mm-hmm.
You have to adapt as the pitch slows down, and we did that. Also, Oscar Pereira build the statue. Our manager, phenomenal. A good sign of a great manager is what happens after halftime. After that first half, what do you do in the second half? Did you adapt? Did you make the right changes? Everything was 5 stars. Benji Michel, homegrown player. Homegrown from our academy.
Oh, we did.
He's not played for any other MLS team. having a good season, dunks it outside of the box. Tesho, it was hustling, getting the ball, nice little tackle that goes straight to our striker, and then a great finish.
Good crowd?
Great crowd. And it was rain delayed, so I think everybody was a little bit tipsier.
Oh, yeah,
so
a little saucy.
We were a little saucier.
Little saucy.
Not to mention High-Alives are now being sold there.
Oh, wow.
That's a terrible decision.
And that's a 7.5% banger.
That's a $14 beer, too.
That's called that two-can fight.
The supporter section is one of the best places to be and one of the best things to watch if you are a sports fan in Orlando. The passion bleeds out onto the pitch. Vamos, Orlando.
Congratulations. Obviously, we want them to win as much as possible. It's exciting for the club. And
I'm just excited for Ross more than anything else, that passion. I love it. I love it. This segment brought to you by Certified Financial Group. Don't just trust anybody with your money. Certified Financial Group is on your side. 12 certified financial planners all under one roof. Their mission is to put you first. So if you're ready for a second opinion, visit them online at financialgroup.com or dial pound 250 and say the keyword certified planner. Start planning for tomorrow today.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that very much. Always good seeing you. There he is, Brandon Kravitz, 96.9 The Game. You can hear him every day at 3 o'clock talking some sports right over there at our sister station. Thanks, buddy. Have a good week.
Deb, I'm sorry for all the bad things I said about the Packers. Bye.
I don't even know who you are.
That's right. Hey, man, I got a question because you brought up something last week that actually piqued my interest, and I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and it's based on something you said last week, Ross. I'm going to hit you with this. I need an answer for something, and I'm not sure you have it, but maybe the audience does. We'll do that next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. We'll have a few scattered thunderstorms around early this evening. Otherwise, down to 77 tonight under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, the high 91 with a 50% chance for afternoon hit-or-miss showers and storms. A little drier on Wednesday with a high of 93, just a 30% chance for a storm. But that'll be followed by a surge of some moisture with a disturbance on Thursday with a 60% chance of storms. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Take the shortcut to your next great hire. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, Instant Match immediately delivers a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Guys, when I think about custom fences, I think about Mossy Oak Fences, and there's a reason why, because I think high quality, and they're skilled craftsmen over there at Mossy Oak Fence, use only the very best materials, and they have the skills to use them as well. High quality that's backed by the best warranty in the business. I also think about sensibility because Mossy Oak understands everybody's situation is exactly the same. They offer affordable payment plans where you can enjoy your great fence and have a payment that you can enjoy as well. Also, safety and security, man, because here's the deal. Mossy Oak Fences, your family safety and security is their number one priority. So if you're thinking about a new fence, simply think mossyoakfences.com. That's again, mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track, Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive. It's time to bring your friends and family to watch the drama unfold up close and in person. NASCAR comes to Daytona International Speedway August 27th and 28th. Tickets start at just $49. Get yours at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Make your dream vacation a reality with Norwegian Cruise Line and sail to the Caribbean, Europe, and more. With our leading health and safety program, you can cruise with the ultimate freedom and confidence. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, and much more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Make this the summer of Ram with the only truck brand to win Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 years in a row. Right now, well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x2 for $299 a month for 36 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 8/31/2022. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31/2021.
It costs nothing to be kind. In fact, it actually pays. By donating plasma at BioLife Plasma Services, your kindness enables someone else to live more fully. And just imagine the difference you could make if you could take the $1,100 you could earn in the first month and donate it to your favorite charity. Or buy a school teacher supplies. Or buy everyone in your neighborhood noise-canceling headphones because your granddaughter is learning the recorder. She has to get better soon, right? BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
At Wawa, we've always had you covered when it comes to options. And now, we're adding even more with delivery, curbside, and order ahead options in the Wawa app. Slammed with back-to-back meetings? We'll deliver. Want to finish the song you're listening to? Choose curbside. Get more minutes back in your day by going with our order ahead option.
Welcome to Wawa.
No matter what your day looks like, Wawa how you wanna. Download the Wawa app today. For a limited time only, Wawa's freshly brewed pumpkin spice coffee is back with the seasonal warm flavors of cinnamon and nutmeg. Plus, you can now treat yourself with a pumpkin spice handcrafted beverage like cookies and cream smoothies, sweet cream cold brews, iced lattes, hot lattes, and more. Wawa is your beverage destination for pumpkin spice beverages this fall. Grab yours in store or order ahead on the Wawa app. Sip your perfect pumpkin spice beverages now at Wawa.
With Amdro, you can enjoy your backyard like never before. Our round-the-clock pest protection gives you the peace of mind to enjoy your great outdoors without a care in the world.
Cannonball!
Okay, we can't defend you against the splash zone. But when it comes to fire ants and other pests, we've got you covered 24/7. Find Amdro in the insecticide aisle at your nearest retailer.
Summertime tips from Paul, Kristen, and Dexter at Total Wine and More.
Topping your burger with grilled onions and blue cheese? Take it to the next level with Carbon Cabernet Reserve, rated 92 points, an incredible value.
And nothing beats a buttery Chardonnay with grilled corn on the cob.
Feeling adventurous? Come on in. Let's try a smoky mezcal for mind-blowing margaritas.
Now you can order delivery for as low as $4.99 for a limited time. Find out if your area qualifies at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly, B21.
It's hot. It's humid. You wanted a relaxed pool party / barbecue. You got the human tsunami instead. Cannonball! Today, he's going for a world record splash that'll send inflatable swans into orbit. Dripping wet, you grab an ice cold can of Heineken. When another man-child made wave embraces you. Incoming! It's okay, though. He's not splashing you. He's adding more refreshment to your refreshment. Heineken. Where others see annoying splashers, we see immediate refreshment. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy responsibly.
In the time before AT&T fiber internet.
What? What are you doing in me dungeon?
It's the only place where the bloody Wi-Fi works.
Oh, and you don't mind the spiders?
Spiders? What spiders? Oh no, they're everywhere! Oh!
In the time after AT&T fiber internet.
It's nice having fast, reliable Wi-Fi in the whole house.
For sure.
The dawn of a better internet era with AT&T fiber.
Limited availability in select areas. Check eligibility at att.com/getfiber. AT&T Smart Wi-Fi extenders may be required. Sold separately. Restrictions apply.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Love us while you got us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. We appreciate you tuning in here on this weird-looking Monday, to be honest with you. It's like an ominous Monday afternoon here. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Along with Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Jack on vacation. He's up in Jersey. He'll be back with us, I think, Wednesday. He'll return to the program and tell us all about his fun vacation up there in New York City.
Yeah, pizza, Yankees, hot dogs.
Jersey, New York.
I thought it was tomorrow.
No, I think he's coming back Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he may come back in town tomorrow, but he'll be back with us on Wednesday. Ross, last week you inspired a bit of I don't know, just a bit of one of those sitting and thinking spells. And I came up with not a theory per se, but I just wanted to ask yours and Deb's opinion of this.
All right.
And
I am a shaman.
Okay, so last week, and I forget what day it was, you did a Ross thought on toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it was interesting because it really piqued my interest. Now, I'm 53. I come from a small kind of rural town, but I didn't live there very long. I've lived here twice as long as I ever lived in my hometown. But still, when you grow up and have those memories of small town life, that does permeate your existence.
So toxic masculinity comes natural to you.
You've seen a lot of it. Here, and that's a great point because small town masculinity different than like urban or suburban masculinity. That really kind of comes to the point here. And here's my question, both of you guys, because I don't know the answer. I think we can come up with it because I think from decade to decade, it's kind of changed. What's your definition of a modern man?
Ooh,
like, what's your definition of a modern man? Because here's the thing, when you say man, what is a man supposed to be like? What are the responsibilities of a man? And I know that varies from situation to situation because each scenario is set up differently. My responsibilities in my household are going to be different than Ross's or your boyfriend or fiance's or maybe Larry out there. I mean, they're all different. I understand that. But we all have an idea of what, that manhood, the idea of the behavior of when you say manhood. And I'm not talking about the physical aspect of it. I'm talking about the idea of what a man is supposed to be. Because for years, let's go through it decades-wise, right? And, I would say from the 20s, maybe up till the 40s or 50s, maybe even through the 50s, I think most Americans think, man is the breadwinner. You go out, you get your job, you make the money, you come home, housewife takes care of the kids in the house, and then on weekends you do whatever, right? That for the longest time, that was pretty much America's idea or definition of what a man's responsibilities were, right?
And I think that really kind of more lasted into the 80s. I mean, you started to see women go into the workplace, but it wasn't.
But I'm talking about the man specifically because I'm going to get to that as well. But what I'm talking about is what the perception of a man would be from decade. I think it started changing in the 60s. All right, because I think up until the 50s, you could pretty much draw the idea of dad comes home from either the white collar and or blue collar job. He either comes home in work clothes or in a suit or something that resembles that. He puts down either his work belt or his briefcase.
Some oil stains.
You go into the house and you experience your life at the socioeconomic level that you can provide. But that idea of the breadwinner still the same, whether it's slinging a hammer or a pen, it's still the same. In the 60s, I think the idea of that changed because the idea of a man like not having responsibilities like that, maybe going on a hitchhiking trip across the country. It was really more about learning about yourself and expressing love and finding out where you fit in the world, right? So I think the man, or what we perceived to be a man in the 60s, started changing dramatically. And then the 70s, it kind of continued a little bit of that until the 80s when man was degree, suit, professional job. That was what the man was. The idea of like the gruff, almost daily worker man. I think that started separating in the 80s and changing. And then the 90s and the 2000s, and then now, what do we refer to men? When you talk about millennial men, Ross is a 32-year-old man. He's not a boy. He's not a child. He's not a teenager.
Don't tell that to my chest hair, though.
Right.
I've got 4.
He's a man. But when I look at Ross, there's no question his age, his, everything is a man, but he does not fit the idea of a man that I had when I was growing up as a kid. Like if I looked at a 32-year-old man, and I'm not taking anything away from you because your existence is what it is. I would be the same way to a lot of the people that I grew up with. But
here it comes.
But in that world, like Chris, like your roommate, I would look at, when you think man, yes, you are a man. You're a 32-year-old man, but it's different now. A 32-year-old man, when I was growing up, was way different than 32-year-old men now. So what is the definition of what a man should be when it comes to his position in the world? Isn't that a weird question? But you started making me think about that because of your whole thing with that toxic masculinity thing.
I mean, I would say, and first of all, I don't think people need to be toxic masculinity. I do think, though, because by nature, the word toxic in front of masculinity then therefore makes it a negative thing.
Right.
But I do think that, and it's something that I've worked on, especially in these last couple of years, of just having more masculinity in the sense of going how I perceive a relationship, how I perceive what I want to. The first and foremost thing for me when it comes to being a man is that I desperately want to provide and be able to bring security to the people that I love and my family. But I don't even think that's necessarily a man thing. I just think that's more of a across the board human.
The idea that you even said that you thought you had to do some more things to, feel like a man means that you don't even know what it is. Like, you don't even know what it is. All you think is you see somebody who has a little toxic masculinity, maybe a little gruff to him. You're like, man, I need more of that. But maybe you don't really. Because, you're a modern man. You represent an ilk of modern men.
It was really what it boils down to for me is say like, oh, I need more of that. I think what it was that I need more comfortability with responsibilities.
Right. Well, maybe so.
That's where I would say that I would not be a quote unquote man,
right.
But I will boil that down to just being a better human. I think throughout all of my life, I've always avoided responsibilities because those are stressful.
Yeah.
Because they are. The more and more things you put on your plate, well, if that plate is made if it's paper, that thing's gonna break. And I always avoided responsibilities.
Yeah.
Because I wanted my life to be easier. But I just recently heard this from somebody not too long ago about responsibilities. Sure, responsibilities do make your life difficult. They make it a little bit more stressful. But there's a whole lot more love at the end of that. At the end of those responsibilities.
Yeah, and I think,
and easy is not always better.
Yeah, well, not even close. And it's funny, Deb, because I think, when I thought about this and applied it to females, and God, please correct me if I'm wrong here, because I know you will. But it seems like really that women actually know who they are and where they are in relation to life now than men. Like, I think women.
Oh yeah,
I think women have a more solid grasp on who and what they're about than men do by a million. I think men are going through kind of a weird identity crisis right now, and I think women are more dialed in than any of us.
I think part of the reason why is because what you guys were always sold as a man,
right? That's the thing I'm talking about.
Always lacked a certain amount of humanness to it,
right? The emotion and empathy aspect, or
just the ability to be a human being before you're your gender. You're still a human being, and that inability or unwillingness to grasp the humanness of your experience. It leaves you guys more prone to depression. Like,
right.
When a man gets divorced, he's more prone to depression, not because it hits him harder, but because he generally doesn't have a support circuit there. He doesn't have friends he can call up and talk about his emotions.
Right.
He can talk about fantasy football. He can talk about Can Jam or anything else, anything but the divorce.
Right, yeah.
And what it's doing. And that leaves men very vulnerable.
And that really is kind of what I'm talking about. It's that perception of, does
what
a man,
you're supposed to be.
Let me ask a simple question. Does a man cry?
Yes.
Well, but there are a lot. Oh, now, hold on. You answer, oh, yeah, immediately. Trust me when I tell you, there's a generation of people listening to us right now. You don't cry. Under any circumstance, maybe the death of your parents or maybe one of your kids or wife or whatever, maybe then you shed a tear. Other than that, it's a sign of weakness.
And let me tell you, the only people that's a sign of weakness to are the other men that you don't want to see it. Generally, to your wife, if you're not crying at the side of the grave of a parent or a spouse, I've got some real concerns with your ability to have a healthy marriage or healthy children. You're barely a healthy human being.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Would love your opinion on this because really, to be honest with you, this was a thing I thought about for a couple hours, actually. As silly as that sounds,
You took mushrooms too, didn't you?
I should have.
And you didn't tell me.
I tooled around online. I was sitting there like, Ross had a very good point. What does that even mean anymore? Like when you say, well, man up. Well, what does that even mean anymore?
Right.
Like, I don't even know what that means.
And it's unfair because if you said woman up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, that's different. Back in a sec with your phone calls and texts.
Is it?
Your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival is minutes away on Real Radio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law. A very slow ride continues westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. We're seeing those delays too between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. We're still looking good in the eastbound direction on I-4. No reported issues right now on the 408. 417 is up to speed, and the Turnpike is accident-free north and southbound throughout the county. Watch for a crash on Oak Ridge Road just west of OBT. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Ad Council. Attention thrifters. Those awesome finds you get at Goodwill are even awesomer than you realize. Because as a nonprofit, Goodwill uses your purchases to fund job training and more in our neighborhoods. Learn more at goodwill.org. Sponsored by the Ad Council.
It gets hot in the summertime, and last year, I'm so glad I found Mills Air because they were able to switch out my old system for a Carrier system, and I saved so much money when it comes to my power bill. It is millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Have them check out your system, millsair.com.
There's a whole new spin on pumpkin to love at Dunkin'. Sip into fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or a pumpkin spice signature latte. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew.
If you're from Orlando, you know how we do food in the City Beautiful. We waffle our chicken at Metro Diner, udon our noodles at Bento Asian Kitchen, and ye can always find the golden tenders at PDQ. That's why there's DoorDash. Get food from every neighborhood in Orlando. Food so good, it'll make you happier than that other happy place in town. Download the DoorDash app now to find your local favorites, made by Orlando. Order on DoorDash.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/7/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
Bridgewater is a new fiction podcast starring Supernatural's Misha Collins, Teen Wolf's Melissa Ponzio, and Castle's Nathan Fillion. It's a place closer than you think and far stranger than you can imagine, where monsters roam freely, where the past doesn't stay buried, where you never know what's lurking around the corner.
I think there's a lot that we don't know about. Monsters, wormholes, witchcraft. This is a strange place, this part of the country.
Listen to Bridgewater on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be ready to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Holiday Inn Universal. CamtechSchool.com.
Did you know that the majority of adults are unsure if their advisors are obligated to act in their best interests?
If you're not sure, trust Certified Financial Group. With 12 certified financial planners, they serve as fiduciaries and are committed to acting in your best interest. They even put their guarantee in writing.
Schedule your no-obligation visit at financialgroup.com, where they're planning tomorrow, today. Financial planning and investment advice for a fee through Certified Advisory Corporation, a registered investment advisor.
At Metro by T-Mobile, we don't think you should pay extra for unlimited 5G. Introducing the big 5G upgrade. Experience 5G speed at no extra cost. Ditch your overpriced connection with Boost and Cricket and save half off their top plans when you switch to Metro, the leader in prepaid. Get 1 line of unlimited smartphone data for just $25 a month with 5G access included at no extra cost. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy 5G with trade-in. All with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. Rule your day with unlimited high-speed data and a free 5G phone. Only at Metro. Limited time in store only. If congested data users greater than 35 gigabytes per month notice lower speeds and Metro customers notice lower speeds versus T-Mobile due to deprioritization. Leader based on prepaid subs June 2021. Save half based on 1 line Boost and Cricket unlimited plans. See store for details.
Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all, and during the Summer of Truck sales event, you're going to take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.99% and make no payments for 120 days with approved credit. Before you buy any truck, new or used, visit nationstrucks.com.
Tools help us tackle all kinds of challenges. The same goes for financial tools, like an Amscot Cash Advance. Up to $500 when you need it, with no credit check. Get started at amscot.com.
Amscot.
Some restrictions apply.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival now. Text the nationwide keyword FLIGHT, 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 to the number 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's FLIGHT, to the number 200-200. Good luck.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, straight up 5 o'clock. If you're knocking off work, have a nice, safe drive home. The rain is becoming here soon, so be nice and careful. Take your time. We got you all the way to your driveway. Then, of course, you can always take us inside using the iHeartRadio app. And don't forget, we are on YouTube today. Usually we stream on Facebook, but can't get it going today. YouTube is the only stream to check us out, but do that and give us a subscribe while you're there. It'd be grateful. We would be very grateful. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
I am Jim, Deb, and Ross are here. Jack on vacation. Will be back with us on Wednesday. Last segment, I posed a question, like the idea of what a real man is. I actually, I had something in my back pocket I was going to tell you guys about. I'm going to take a few of these calls before we get to it, but I did think about this quite a bit because and it's so funny. Deborah brought up something during the break. We were talking. I have 3 daughters, and Ross brought this up too. You have 3 daughters, and when your daughters start dating somebody, as a guy from the background I'm coming from, the number one thing that when these boys would talk to me about dating my kids, my number one thing is you protect my daughter at all cost.
Right.
At all cost. I don't care what it is. You protect her. That's your number one job as boyfriend, fiance, whatever, is you protect that girl as if she has the key to your life. That's the only thing I care about right now. We can move on with the other stuff. That's job one. You protect and go from there. And that kind of leads into what I was talking about or thinking of, when you think about what a modern man or what a man is considered. And it's so funny, the texting service checked in immediately, said, yeah, you cry, you're a bitch. Well, I guess I'm a bitch because all I did last week on there was cry because my mom died and my dog died all in one time. And it's emotional. And although I have the reputation around here probably being a relatively stoic guy,
right?
I am a very emotional guy because people like me hold that stuff in until there's a breaking point. And then we break, and then we hold it again for another 8 or 10 years. It's just the way I've always done things, right? But when something hits that nerve,
as it should,
and it's got to be the nerve. I don't waste tears. I don't waste the words "I love you." If I tell you that, I mean it. You could bet your ass I mean it because I just don't say that very much. And people who use that flippantly they creep me out. People who just say I love you like that, just oddly, with no value, just to willy-nilly people, that makes me very uncomfortable for some reason. Because that's a real serious thing to me, So with that said, there are a number of people who are calling. One guy says, oh, yeah, you cry, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're automatically a bitch if you cry.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
As a man.
That's got to be a not very fun man to have a relationship
with. All right,
with.
407-916-1041. Let's take a few of these calls here real quick. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good, brother. First of all, a couple things. Condolences to you, man. I feel your pain and been thinking of you. Secondly, I love you. I just wanted to start off the call by saying I love you. Yeah. Because I know that creeps you out a little bit.
Oh.
But
so mean.
But secondly, the real reason I called, my stepdaughter, I feel like she's my own. She's 30 years old, recently got married. And my son-in-law, guy, I'm a left-leaning moderate, gun-toting moderate. So, I get the liberal side. I get it. But sometimes, and I know it's wrong, I just want to say, dude, man up. And I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'm 53 years old.
And it's the same thing.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean anymore because I feel like if I say it, I shouldn't be saying it because it's not politically correct. And what does that mean to man up?
Right.
Or, if you cry, you're a bitch or whatever. And I don't believe any of that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Imagine being a woman and having everything denigrated.
Yeah, it's a very confusing time to be a 53-year-old man who just wants to say, dude, man up.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, somebody's got to take control. If the woman's not going to, then the man has to man up.
But it's so funny you say that, and in the same sense, you're saying man up over and over again, and you wouldn't even know what it means. Like if I gave you a piece of paper, thanks for your call, buddy. If I gave you a piece of paper and said, hey, I'm going to write what man up means. I'm going to write man up, line, give me the definition of man up. And that's the problem. Like, you don't even know what that means.
Well, what if maybe instead of using man up, really what you should be using is grow up?
Well, maybe that is the case. Here's the word I found when I was thinking about this. And I thought, when you think about what it takes or, what it is to be a man, whether it be a modern man, whether it be a man from my era back in the 60s and 70s, growing up as an adult through the late 80s and 90s and 2000s, the word I kept thinking about is I think a man should have courage. Like that's when you think about men and you think about something that you like. If I think the word courage is a word that I think of a lot when you think about something being a man. Why does it not hit you?
Because I've been watching nothing but news of the last 2 weeks and seeing nothing like courage on display in Afghanistan,
those aren't men. Then that's the whole point. Those aren't men. If you leave your wife behind because you're scared the Taliban's going to come in and shoot you or do something to you, and you leave your family and wife behind, you are no man. So, that's another thing. He's not protecting his family.
Right.
That's rule one. If you have a family, if you do get married, if you have a girl in your life or whatever, or another man in your life for that matter, and it's your job to protect them, courage.
That's the one thing I don't take for granted with Chris.
Yeah, for sure. Sam, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello, sir. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. First of all, condolences to your mom. I'm sorry
Thank you,
for
friend.
your loss.
Thank
you. Have my support. But kind of add to the conversation, I'm 31 years old, and I'm kind of dealing with the same challenge as well about, being a man. I don't feel quite like a man myself. I guess to me, part of what it means to be a man is being self-sufficient. I'm currently, living with my mom because I can't afford to live on my own. But I'm, working for a nonprofit, making money. I'm helping her with the bills. I paid for my own car. I paid for my own groceries, doing things to help her out. And,
But what's really interesting about that, Sam, is this. Like I really do feel, because I know exactly what you're saying, because you think to yourself, well, living at home with mom isn't very manly. But living home and helping your mom is extremely manly.
Absolutely.
So it's like one of those things. It's a perception issue. But I can hear the disappointment in your voice. I can hear that you've let yourself down, that you don't think you're fulfilling your destiny. But you're very young, man.
Yeah, I guess, but I guess seeing folks like Ross. At least from the outside looking in, he looks like he's really having fun with his life, doing really well. Other professionals in the Orlando area as well. It's like they're really far along with their life, and I feel like I'm really, lagging behind. But I'm trying to work on
Ross also isn't taking care of his mother full time. Ross isn't providing a place to live for his mom and groceries and things like that. Again, buddy, it's all perspective. In my world, thanks for your call, by the way. In my world, Sam, like I would look at you and I would think, well, that's man. That's what men do. He made the call. He took care of his mom. Now, to other women. To a woman, is that going to look at like a man? There's some women that look at you and go, "Oh, you live with your mommy."
Some women would, but then some women would also say, "Okay, this is an excellent sign because how he treats his mother is how he's going to treat me."
That's what I.
Or how he's going to treat my mother. It matters to me how a man treats his parents.
Listen, man, when I see somebody do that, whether it be a man or woman, there is
you can count on that person.
But thick ass respect from Jim.
You can count on him
because that is. That is no joke. You are sacrificing. You're sacrificing your time and
your
time,
your money,
your life, a little bit.
Your life, for the person who gave you life, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's a aphrodisiac.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Deb's all hot now.
Thanks, Jim. You're making me hot, actually. So.
Oh, there you go, Jim.
All right, very good.
I do love you, too. But having
sons
said
of
that,
bitches.
I'm kind of going through the same thing. You shouldn't have opened that up. Anyway, going through the same sort of thing. I lost my mom in November, and my wife just got diagnosed with cancer.
God bless you.
And I think I'm a fairly manly guy. I'm a nurse, so that's difficult because I am surrounded with women all day. And to your point, Deb, I don't say man up to these ladies. I say grow up. I'm their boss. You can't say man up, but I do say pull the string sometimes.
No.
But,
man.
But I will. It gets the results. But I will say this. I think the evaluation on how I became a man is looking at my son. My son goes to school full-time up at Flagler, but he's had the opportunity to be home because of COVID. Well, when my wife got sick, she just got diagnosed like 8 weeks ago.
Gotta go, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I would love to hear the rest of the story, but when you do that, I can't trust you, man. My apologies.
But you got it.
Yeah, I got it. No, we're good.
I gotta say, people curse and then we dump it, but I'm kind of addicted to them going, oh, dang it.
Because they realize they're just talking like the regular, and it's only because of the FCC.
It's flattering to me because, I mean, I agree.
You're comfortable.
You're in a conversation mood. This is how you would talk normally. And can I tell you?
If you heard us talk.
If you were to put, I mean, back in the day, if you were to put even $5 on whether or not I would have cursed on the air like daily, I mean, it would have been, that's the number one question I've gotten about working in this business my entire life is, how haven't you been thrown off the air for cursing? Because in my private life.
Oh, we're disgusting.
I let it rip.
Like radio people are disgusting.
I let it rip. Cliff, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Good, buddy. Welcome to the program.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. About 5 years ago, I had a stroke and recovered completely from that. But something did change upstairs because ever since then, I have become hyper emotional. My wife will not let me read sad stories on Facebook. She will not let me watch a sad movie. I can't watch sad TV shows. Because at the drop of a hat, I will literally just start bawling like a baby.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, my mom died in April of last year, and then my dad died in December of last year. So that just made me,
even worse.
So, yeah, and there have been times where my wife would just look at me and go, "What is wrong with you?
Man.
Why do you even read that stuff? Why do you watch this stuff? Because you know that's going to make you act."
Has it affected your relationship? Does she look at you differently now?
No, not at all. I mean, she thinks it's kind of funny. I mean, because sometimes she'll say, "Oh, hey, watch this," and then just to watch me cry.
Oh, you mean like she mocks you like a fainting goat?
Yeah, pretty
much. Like she
much.
scares you to watch you fall over, then all your friends laugh, and then you go home.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I've seen your wife bust your balls.
Me, but...
I don't know, buddy. You may need to search for another woman.
No, man. Are you kidding?
Thanks for your
The
call,
way
man.
we see your wife bust your nards?
Yeah, but not like that. I mean,
yes, she does. Are you kidding?
She doesn't make me fall over like a fainting goat and sitting there laughing with her friends while drinking champagne.
It's better than, looking at someone you've been married to for years and years and years and thinking, well, who's this person?
Man,
Again, he had a stroke, and there are a lot of neurological changes that happen when...
That's the scariest thing in the world. And look, as a man, for me, like the scariest thing that could ever happen to me is to have my wife look at me and I look at her face and know that she doesn't like have that confidence in me as her man anymore. That would be the thing where like, oh God, when you immediately get dismissed by your woman, oh, it's the worst. Oh, I know it well.
I mean, that guy. That guy was really open about it. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a lot of honesty. Like, hey, man, I had a stroke and Publix commercials ruined me.
I'm sorry. Have you seen the new one where that's Let's Eat Together?
Listen, man. Listen, there was
tears every time.
You get in a vulnerable part of your life, and you better not watch those military coming home to pets videos.
No.
You will lose all your bodily fluids. You cry out of every hole in your face.
And how about this for a text? Because it's a little complex just for one sentence. Being a drunk has made me super emotional, while being drinks and alcohol, old fashions, that's stereotypically a man thing.
Oh, yeah. You come home and drink a big shot of whiskey at the end of the night to, scrub off for the works day.
Yeah, you went full circle. Went full circle.
All right, 407-916-1041. We'll still take your calls on this. What does it mean to be a modern man? What's it mean to you? What has it meant to you? 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with your calls and texts.
Inter Miami CF returns to Exploria Stadium to face Orlando City this Friday. Coverage starts at 8 p.m. on our sister station, FM 96.9 The Game and iHeartRadio. Orlando City matches on Real Radio are brought to you by Mossy Oak Fence.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest. Buy from the best. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We're still looking at a heavy ride heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's also slow now between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive, as well as eastbound between Princeton Street and Lee Road. We're getting a report of a wreck coming in heading west on I-4 between the Beach Line and Central Florida Parkway that's blocking the left shoulder. Heads up here. The turnpike's still in good shape. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Orlando Hire Day, August 26th. Visit orlandojobs.com.
Hello, job seekers. Get ready to meet over 100 live recruiters at Orlando's largest hiring event. Hire Day Orlando is back. August 26th at the Amway Center. Find an outstanding job at fantastic pay. It's time to meet your next employer face-to-face. Register now at orlandojobs.com.
And if you're thinking about a new security system, maybe upgrading your existing security system, I can recommend SafeTouch Security Systems easily. For 10 years, these guys have protected me and my family. They've done it with the best equipment out there. And let me tell you something. It is important what kind of equipment you get. A lot of people will talk about, well, it's this and it's that. It's the equipment, man, that really makes a difference to a communicator. You get that always on, live, 24/7 operator and the fastest emergency response out there. Crooks know why to stay away from SafeTouch systems because they give you reactions in 11 seconds. And again, that equipment is super important. You do get that immediate response. That way you can have the emergency vehicle you need moving toward your house 11 seconds. Plus, it only costs $1.50 a day. It's the fastest, safest alarm in the business. That advanced package, like I said, $1.50 a day, all of it backed up by a lifetime parts and labor warranty, and you don't even need a phone line to do it. It's SafeTouch. Hop on board today at safetouch.com or call 888-723-8682. Again, that's safetouch.com. State license EF233.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Clausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com.
Make this the summer of Ram with the only truck brand to win Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 years in a row. Right now, well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x2 for $299 a month for 36 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 8/31/2022. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31/2021.
Labor Day weekend, visit Cocoa Beach on the Space Coast and support the National Kidney Foundation's 36th annual Surf Fest, featuring hundreds of competitive surfers in pro and amateur divisions, live entertainment, and fun for the entire family. For more information, visit nkfsurf.com.
There's a whole new spin on pumpkin to love at Dunkin'. Sip into fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or a pumpkin spice signature latte. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew.
Response to International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event has been incredible, but this is it, the final days. You have until August 31st to take advantage of the year's most attractive offer. Get IDC's amazing value price and spread your payments over 3 years with 0 interest. And as a special bonus, IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. It's incredible, and everything's included. GIA certified diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, thousands of engagement rings, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, pendants, bands, bracelets, the largest selection ever. Get her that $3,000 diamond band and pay just $84 a month. Or if you prefer, you can get an instant 25% savings on all wedding bands during this incredible event. But there's just one catch. This spectacular Summer of Savings event ends Tuesday, August 31st at 6 p.m. and will not be extended. So hurry, pick any item, take advantage of 3 years 0 interest financing, and let IDC even cover your first 2 payments. Now through the end of August only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Bridgewater is a new fiction podcast starring Supernatural's Misha Collins, Teen Wolf's Melissa Ponzio, and Castle's Nathan Fillion. It's a place closer than you think and far stranger than you can imagine, where monsters roam freely, where the past doesn't stay buried, where you never know what's lurking around the corner.
I think there's a lot that we don't know about. Monsters, wormholes, witchcraft. This is a strange place, this part of the country.
Listen to Bridgewater on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The summer of can is here, and since we finally can, let's make it a premium summer. Fancy sausage at the barbecue, a full theater for camping, a fully gold bathing suit at the pool. Because Heineken is made with premium malt and their famous A yeast. So go premium with the crisp, ice-cold can of Heineken. Pick up a pack or get it delivered and put the can back into summer. That can be your six-pack. Must be 21 or over to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be ready to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Holiday Inn Universal. 1-800-875-PASS.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Save time and money with this vinyl fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself for only $3,233. And you get 0% financing. So go to fenceoutlet.com today.
In the time before AT&T fiber internet.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
What did you do, love?
I ran out of internet data.
And they're making you shame walk.
No, it's just how I feel. Shame! Shame!
In the time after AT&T fiber internet.
Nice to have unlimited internet data, right?
Right. The dawn of a better internet era with AT&T fiber.
Limited availability in select areas. Check eligibility at att.com/getfiber. Restrictions apply.
I'm Baratunde Thurston, host of Force Multiplier, a new podcast about leveling up the impact we can have on the world through our relationships. Whether we're talking about health inequity, nutrition insecurity, or racism, I sit with leaders from across the public, private, and nonprofit worlds who are forging partnerships to take action on some of the toughest challenges facing us today. iHeartRadio is #1 for podcasts, and it's easy to see why. Find Force Multiplier on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. We'll get to your calls and texts here in 1 second. We are packed with phone calls. People have a lot of opinions, Deb, about what it is to be a modern man. Welcome back. I'm Jim, Deb, and Ross are here. Jack's on vacation. He'll join us on Wednesday when we get back to full strength here on the Jim Colbert Show. You can check us out on YouTube right now. Just give us a follow, the Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. It's Deb. It's interesting. We've only heard from men. I actually thought we would hear. We do have Kathleen on the line here. I thought we would hear from more women because I think honestly, it's as important for women to understand what a modern man looks like, or maybe that's just kind of understood. Like, I mean, if you're 35 and you're dating, what do you look for? I mean, what makes a man to you when you're dating? Do you look for somebody who has just a great job? Is it always about a money thing? Or, morally, ethically, where do they need to be? Do you need them to be this strong, gruff guy that can do stuff around the house? Or do you need them to be a slick negotiator or just a funny person? Or, I mean,
there'll be many incarnations probably of what a man is as to a young woman. And as she grows up and realizes, that isn't as necessary as like the caller we had earlier who felt like he was letting himself down because he was taking care of his mom, when in reality
we thought it was very admirable.
You and I both feel like, no, man, that's a man. Absolutely. Right there. You're doing what's necessary. You're doing what's needed.
407-916-1041. Take some calls here. We're packed up. Hey, Kathleen, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Great, thank you. How are you?
Good.
So I think this is a super important conversation you guys are having today, and it's in a broad audience, so it's great. And a mom so much more anymore, and it's awful when everyone's just like suck it up and grind it out because men are human, just like anybody else, and they're emotional, and they're men too many times attach their pride to the amount of money they make or their job, and that's really not what it boils down to, and they need to stop doing that. And that poor gentleman, Sam, that called in, like, he really should be commended for what he's doing.
I agree.
Most people won't do that at all in any sort of loving way. So I just want him to feel good about himself because he sounded so sad.
He did.
Thank you, Catherine. That's really cool. Kathleen,
yeah,
sorry.
He did sound sad, but I agree with you. There's great honor in that. It's just a perception issue. Thanks for your call, Kathleen. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I hope you heard that, Sam.
407-916-1041.
I got her number, Sam. I'm joking. We're not going to do that, Kathleen.
Hey, Tom, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jimmy, great topic, man.
Thanks, brother.
She hit the nerve I was going to call about. Excuse me. The difference between a modern man and manning up. My mom manned up in the 70s when my dad left and held the family together, had a wonderful job, thank God. And then I worked immediately and took care of helped the family. Well, then when it come time for her, when she needed help, I was right there with my sister. We only had, two of us. But what touched me really is the last show you did with your mom. I thought that I have tears in my eyes. That got me thinking about this whole program. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%.
Thank you.
It's thanks, man. I appreciate that. I agree with that. It is weird because the crying thing and the emotion thing has always been that weird, odd sign of weakness. Like if somebody shows emotion, if it's not your best dog, or if it doesn't have some kind of gruff meaning, or if it doesn't hit you in the feels as a guy, you're almost not allowed to show emotion. I think modern women are more. Are cooler with that. Like, I had a very emotional last 2 weeks of my life. My wife never looked at me, in a manner where she thought that me allowing those emotions to kind of manifest themselves and get the F out of my body. She never looked at that. Like, she was just there comforting me the entire time. She understands that purge has to happen. If you're going to continue being the guy that you want to be, those things have to purge. I mean, you have to do that. And it is not a sign of weakness. I mean, if you feel like you're going to do it by yourself, whatever. But I never really thought that. I mean, I've done it on the air a number of times because I've had some emotional things in my life happen while we're broadcasting. But I never really considered that a sign of weakness, just simply because I never perceived it that way. So I never really let anybody kind of maybe project that onto me.
I think the danger with that is that while men are telling other men to suck it up, man up, don't show emotion, don't cry.
Be tough.
Then you put them with the most emotional creatures on the planet and say, now you're going to get married and you're going to stay that way
That
for
seems
decades upon decades upon decades through raising children.
Right, yeah. And then teaching those people the same thing.
And then teaching those people the same thing and then perpetuating the emotional issues that we see.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, brother. How you living?
I'm living good, man. How about you, partner?
Oh, fantastic.
Glad to hear that.
So being a good man in my book is most highly having a high level of situational awareness. Because having a high level of situational awareness, you'll be able to determine, can I be vulnerable? So if my 4-year-old daughter asks me to sit down and put makeup on and have a tea party, being a real man, you sit down and have the tea party.
Oh, man,
you'll
get more.
A dick? Has somebody done something to your wife that they shouldn't have done? Are they going to be swimming at the bottom of the lake, or are you just going to break them a little?
You're going to break them a little, buddy.
What do you need to do? So being aware of the situation and being able to adapt. Do you need to provide? Get off your ass. Do what you got to do to be able to provide. You do what you need to do based on the situation, period. you'll be a good man.
Yeah, I
Do
agree
the
with
right
that.
thing.
I do agree with that, buddy. You got to have that courage too. You got to, the fearlessness is a bit of a thing too. I think women don't like men who get scared or or fear life. It's just kind of a weird thing. No,
Can I tell you? No. I'm going to back that up because let me tell you, there was a couple of moments in my married life when I got married at 23. Man, do you learn a lot. One is sitting on the couch holding my purse, waiting for my husband to get finished ready.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You want to talk about an issue that'll make a woman think, what the hell am I doing?
You get ready way before he does.
It took me 45 minutes to get ready, and I'm sitting on the couch holding my purse, waiting for him to fix his hair.
That's great.
And the second one was hearing him scream for me in the backyard because one of the dog's paws got caught in a tree, and he couldn't figure out. So he just stood there and screamed for me. And there was another time where we heard a sound in the back, and he literally got behind me.
Oh, come on.
And I was like,
and how long were you
this
guy?
7.5
Get
years.
out of here. Who are you?
Well, you make an oath in God's house. You stand up to it as long as you possibly can before you walk away.
Listen,
I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you don't walk into my house and say that to me. I will slap the taste right out your mouth.
I think even God would understand if you would have slapped the taste and slapped this guy on the other side of the fence.
Oh, my God. The things I had to say. Oh, it was terrible. But, Jimmy, that's so... Because as a woman, you're standing there going,
oh, yeah.
Well, if someone comes in with a gun, you're going to stand behind me. I'm 5'5".
Yeah, and it's going to go right through you and get him anyway. Justin, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I love you.
Hey, guys. How are you guys doing?
Doing much
I don't
better
know. I
now.
can't decide whether to kill him or like him.
Jim, growing up, I also lived in Palatka for a while.
Yeah, right on.
Very Southern Baptist culture up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can definitely relate to, I think more times than not, I was told, man up, grow up, whatever, to do something that maybe, for instance, I grew up with cattle. So, get in there, cut them, castrate them, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. Man up. That was the response.
Yeah, you got to man up. Yeah, that's man's job. You got to man up. Yeah.
And I'm definitely on the younger spectrum of people that you've talked to so far. I actually work in schools right now, and the position that I'm in, I'm working with kids, making sure that they come to school and whatnot, and hearing some of the stuff that they have to say, it's definitely morphed more now. It's a lot more, in their eyes, being a man is standing up for your reputation. So if somebody disses you, you've got to fight them.
Right.
You've got to stand up and make sure that your reputation is upheld. And one of the hardest things to get through to these kids is listen, 5 years from now, nobody's going to care about your reputation.
How about this?
They're not going to even remember you,
6 months. 6 months. I mean, 5 years is being very generous. 6 months.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
So it's tough. It's tough talking to the kids nowadays because it is really just morphed. And I don't think that they have a true understanding of what being a man or even being a woman is. And that's just, like you guys were saying before, courage, making sure that you're doing what's right by others and making sure that you and yours are safe.
And they lock that, you lock that manhood. Thanks for your call, buddy. Great call. They lock that manhood up in being from, again, a small town thing. They lock that up in everything physical. They never consider the emotional aspect of being a man. I'm talking about these rural areas that grew up, you man up, you get in there, you do the job. And there's no question there are certain aspects where that works, where you look at them and go, you're right. I got to stop being scared of this and have the courage to go in there and take care of it. Regardless if that's man up or whatever, there's something you just have to face to face and then get in there and get it done, whether you want to or not. But it's interesting because I know that when you grow up in scenarios like that and, it's a rural area and you don't have that mindset, that can be very emotionally difficult for a young man who just doesn't feel that urge to be that outdoorsy, fishing, hunting, riding the horses, four-wheelers, mudding kind of guy. But that doesn't make you any more of a man than somebody who works at a nonprofit and takes care of his mom. It doesn't at all. It's the same guy to me.
It's exactly.
Maybe even more for the mom guy.
But the thing that makes me that now you've put this thought in my head, and now I'm probably going to spend hours thinking about this now.
It's going to wreck you.
It's something that Ross brought up at the beginning of this topic when he talked about his feeling of becoming more of a man was feeling more the need to provide. And I thought, that really makes me wonder if it's nature versus nurture. I wonder if men really are wired to be that provider who feels that need. Ross expressed that need to be able to provide and protect. And it's like, that's something that you were taught from a father.
Oh, yeah.
Ross was not.
He was not.
And yet you both have come to the same conclusion when it comes to being, I'll use this loosely, but heads of your household is to provide and to make it secure, to make it safe.
You can use it strongly with me.
So that's where I wonder, is it nature or is it nurture? Because it seems like you guys really are hardwired for that.
It is.
It's a part of a man's identity, is that ability to provide for his family, regardless of if his wife works or wants to work or not.
But with the modern man, I would disagree with that. And that's kind of where this all sits, because like right now, let me give you an example. Like if you made a lot more money than your fiance, would it be a problem in your household?
I don't believe so.
Okay, let's say double. You made double what he made, and you guys work the same amount of hours. Would it be a problem in your household?
I don't believe so.
Ross, if you made double, if your wife or fiance made double what you make, and that's a by the way, her selling real estate, that's a complete possibility within the next 2 months.
I mean, this is going to have to be Ross thoughts, because this is definitely on the forefront of my mind, because I of course, I'm like, hell yeah, my fiance is about to make a lot of money, a lot more money. To me, I'm like, hell yeah, we're gonna be doing better than we ever have collectively together. Right. Now, my fear, though,
there you go.
My fear is that I might be deemed even like expendable. Right now, as we speak, I can comfortably say with comedy and other jobs, this job, that I do make a little bit more money than her.
Okay.
Now you switch it and she's like doubling my salary. Right. I just have a fear deep down inside that she's going to look at me telling D jokes on the weekend. Right. And that is something that I care deeply about. I truly feel like on a stage, microphone in hand, is my purpose.
What if she told you she didn't care? Would it matter then to you? If she looked at you and said, Ross, I'm going to love you either way, whether you make $25,000 a year or $125,000 a year, it won't matter to me. You're always going to be my Ross. Will it matter then?
I will still be paranoid.
There you go. That's how ingrained it is.
Jimmy, if Tori came home and made twice what you make, would you have a problem with it?
I couldn't quit fast enough. I mean, like when we first got together, she did make more money than me. And for me, it's a pride issue. My wife works hard and she's smart. If she turned up making more money than me, we would be high-fiving all the way to Bermuda.
Yeah, because would be the same.
For us, it's a team thing. We don't really look at that. I just happen to have this job and it worked out great. But if I didn't have this job, like we've talked about this, like if you didn't have this job, what would we do? Well, you go do this, and I'd go do this, and we just keep living. You know, and the thing is this is us, because I think I can speak for a lot of males. This is us projecting what we think they think onto us. When a lot of modern women are used to their men maybe not making. I mean, I know more house dads now than I've ever known in my life. Women go to work, and you know one, by the way. You know one as well. Woman goes to work, has a great job, comes back, husband stays home, takes care of the wife, takes care of the kids and the house and stuff like that, and they get along swimmingly. Been together like 18 years.
Because he's not being told what he should be,
right?
And she's not being told what she should be. And then you just, because you know, at the end of your life, all these people you're worried about your rep, you're not going to give a damn.
Are the kids raised? Are the bills paid? Is everybody happy
and healthy?
Is everybody happy and respectful? That's the thing.
Exactly.
If you allow that, something so small as money, and I will say this because you hear that break up a lot of marriages. If you let something as small as your wife making a few more dollars than you create that kind of resentment, well, maybe your relationship wasn't based on the right thing to begin with. Because I would be applauding. Like that would be a sign of success. You know, for me, I wouldn't look at it like that at all. Anyway, this has been great. Good conversation.
Yeah.
Great calls and texts the entire time. I wish I could get to even more, but we have to get up to trivia.
Yeah, well, after trivia, because I've been having that on a piece of paper of like, yo, my girl about to like triple my salary in the next couple of years.
We can talk about that. And look, here's the thing: we have Steven to talk to at 6:20. So if you want to do it during Ross Thoughts, we can do it for sure. Let's get trivia going. Load them up. We'll do that next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores. Is Jimmy G getting closer to losing the starting job with the Niners? 3 things kill a quarterback's career: injuries, your head coach losing confidence in you, and the team drafts your replacement. Jimmy checks all 3 boxes. Despite a 24-8 record and a Super Bowl appearance, he's becoming an afterthought for the Niners. Clearly, he's got a confidence problem and looked bad last night. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples Connect has amazing prices for everything on your back-to-school list. Right now, Crayola 12-count colored pencil bonus packs, 10+2 marker bonus packs, and Staples pencil boxes are just 97 cents each. Offer ends 9/18, limit 30. Prices vary online.
Man, Rebath is a national company. I think it's important to say that because a lot of people think, well, I don't want to get a hold of one of these little companies that open up in this little place here and they do a couple bathrooms and they do a little advertising. This is not like that. This is a national company. They have policies, procedures, and standards to make sure that your project gets done professionally and complete on time every time. And here's the important thing, because when you hire a subcontractor, you don't know what you get. You may get a great one, and your job may get done very well and quick and everything goes well. That is not the case a lot of times. A lot of times you'll give a deposit. These guys will disappear for 2 or 3 weeks, come back, do a week of work, disappear again. The job takes months, weeks. You see different people every day. With Rebath, it's nothing like that. You get the same team every day. You get to pick the products because they're at the warehouse. You can actually see them and sit with their design team to build the bathroom of your dreams. And then when it's installed, they give you that lifetime guarantee on the products and the installation. These products are amazing. You can see them every day. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where they set up shop. That's where the models are, just to show you what the products look like. You'll work hand in hand with the design team to professionally design your custom bathroom with Rebath, and they are waiting on your call now. Hop online at rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters, man. That can be in your house in no time. Book your appointment today. Again, that's rebathmidfla.com.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
Save time and money when you shop at Fence Outlet today. Keep your family and pets safe with a white tongue and groove vinyl fence for only $89.95 per section. That's up to 50% off the big box stores. Go to fenceoutlet.com today.
Why is it the best wireless deals require a trade-in? Right now at T-Mobile, we're getting rid of the trade-in headache. Switch and get the epic iPhone 12 with 5G on us. Get it on Magenta Max with unlimited premium data. No trade-in required.
Check out this great 4K video I took of us. I even posted it with 5G way out here.
That's right, a new iPhone 12 on us. No worrying about having a phone that qualifies. You can keep your current phone or pass it down. Seriously, no trade-in required.
Look at this cool photo of my victory dance.
Wow, I didn't know you were that flexible.
It's that easy. Unlimited premium data, iPhone 12 on us, and no trade-in required. You won't get that from anyone else. T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Activate up to 4K or video streams at 480p. Phone via 24 credits plus tax for well-qualified buyers. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement due. Up to 2 per account. T-Mobile is the largest 5G network and named fastest by OpenSignal Awards and USA 5G User Experience Report July 2021. Details at T-Mobile.com.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This Labor Day, put an end to junk sleep. Right now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on our top-rated brands when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy. Or save up to 50% on hot buys from top brands like Sleepy's or Serta. With our highly trained sleep experts and our low price guarantee, you can rest assured you'll get the best bed at the best price. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Response to International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event has been incredible, but this is it, the final days. You have until August 31st to take advantage of the year's most attractive offer. Get IDC's amazing value price and spread your payments over 3 years with 0 interest. And as a special bonus, IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. It's incredible, and everything's included. GIA certified diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, thousands of engagement rings, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, pendants, bands, bracelets, the largest selection ever. Get her that $3,000 diamond band and pay just $84 a month. Or if you prefer, you can get an instant 25% savings on all wedding bands during this incredible event. But there's just one catch. This spectacular Summer of Savings event ends Tuesday, August 31st at 6 p.m. and will not be extended. So hurry, pick any item, take advantage of 3 years 0 interest financing, and let IDC even cover your first 2 payments. Now through the end of August only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Now that we've all quit Facebook and started talking to each other again. What's that? Nobody's quit Facebook? Facebook.com/Real Radio Orlando. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Great conversation today, by the way.
Yeah, it has been.
I have to talk about that a little bit more later. I mean, we didn't even get to the female aspect. We had so many girls that wanted to call, or ladies, I should say. Girls is a weird word.
No, at a certain age, calling me a girl is A-okay.
God, I don't know the rules.
I got in trouble for that once. I actually said to a group of women that was probably in their early 60s, I was walking into a business and they were sitting out front. I said, "Hey, girls, how you doing?" And they actually had the biggest kick out of that. I thought they were going to, I kind of caught myself. I was like, well, they're 60. You shouldn't call them girls, but they were very.
They're like, thank you.
They loved it. It was great.
That's awesome.
One of them flashed me. It was awesome. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb's right there.
Hello.
Sauce, what's in the jar, sir?
All aboard.
All aboard.
To a beautiful pair of tickets to see the single greatest soccer team to ever take any patch of grass. I'm talking about Orlando City, baby.
You are fully geeking, man.
As they face...
You are such a goon.
A hot bag of garbage.
Okay, that's the New York FC, I guess?
No, that's actually going to be Inter Miami.
Okay.
It is...
Well, which one do you hate more? Is it Atlanta FC, is it New York, or is it Miami? Which one of these do you loathe the most?
I'll tell you this. I hate Inter Miami more right now.
Do you really?
That's our next match.
Very good. That's how you do it.
I do not like that team. In fact, they don't even play in Miami. They should be called Fort Lauderdale FC because that's where their stadium is. I digress, but I do have tickets to see Orlando City versus a bag of waste this Friday, August 27th at Exploria Stadium, which is a beautiful soccer-specific stadium in your face. 8:30 is kickoff. Go support your Lions. It's a fun time. It's a blast. Plus, they be selling IPAs now, man. I'm getting banged up quicker.
It's going to take no time.
I'll be in debt by the end of this year, but it will be worth it. And that is your sauce jar, which is also, if you win trivia.
There we go. I was wondering.
Your name and phone number, baby, is going on a list, a good list, the Summer of Stuff list. That means you have a chance of getting chosen. 3 random people off that said list will be given a MacBook Pro, a 70-inch television, and a PlayStation 5 bundle that is harder to find than twins. That is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. You know, it's a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. They can handle your move, local or long distance, residential or commercial. And hey, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, they'll give you a discount. Book them today at centomoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O moving.com. Jim, back to you.
Thanks so much, Deborah.
Oh, is that facetious?
Ross, who goes first today?
He was the first dude to ever exist. Let's welcome Adam on line 5.
Adam, what's going on, buddy?
It's going all right. How about yourself?
Good, man. Want to play a little game with us?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Game show.
I like you said, yeah, why not? Like, I'm here, you're here, you got questions and prizes. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. All right, Adam, this is a pretty easy game. We got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find it, off to the sauce jar you go, and I like your chances. You ready?
Sure.
All right, on this day in 1978, basketball all-timer, multimedia superstar,
Magic
Shaq.
Johnson.
humanitarian, cultural leader,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
one of the most memorable and most apt nicknames ever.
Magic Johnson.
He's no longer with us.
Dr. No, he's alive.
Kobe Bryant was born on this day.
Oh.
Here are 3 fun facts about Kobe and one lie that'll break your ankles and laugh. Number 1. His father named him after the prime cut of beef, Kobe steak. Number 2. His middle name is Bean. Number 3. He leads the NBA all-time in missed shots. And lastly, his nickname Mamba actually came from the dance, not the snake. Which of those is a lie?
A lie. I'm going to go with. Let me go with number 1, him being named after the steak.
No, that's absolutely true.
No.
His father named him after Kobe beef.
And then,
Prime steak. Kobe was prime steak. Kobe beef. Absolutely.
I mean, it's a great name.
It is.
it is a good name.
Who goes next, brother?
Let's welcome Rebecca.
Rebecca, how you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
Doing wonderful. Find the lie here for me in regards to Kobe Bryant. Number 1, his middle name is Bean. Number 2, he leads the NBA in all-time missed shots. And lastly, his nickname Mamba actually came from the dance, not the snake.
I'm going to say number 2, or the second, the first one you said.
No, his middle name is Bean. It's Kobe Bean Bryant.
That's just not fair.
Do you guys know why?
No.
Because his dad played in the NBA as well, and his middle name was Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean Bryant was his dad's name. He played in the NBA for years and played over in Europe for years as well. Who's next, brother?
Let's welcome Tony.
Tony, how you doing, Tony?
Tony.
Hey.
Hey. Very good. All right, in regards to Kobe, you get a 50-50 shot here, buddy. Tell me which one of these is not true. Number 1, he leads the NBA in all-time in missed shots. And lastly, his nickname Mamba actually came from the dance, not the snake.
It's the Mamba.
It is the Mamba, buddy. You're a winner. I'm going to put you on hold.
Yay!
And by the way, is that not one of the best stats of all time? Kobe Bryant leads the NBA all-time in missed shots.
I would have thought that was the lie.
Yeah, I would have as well. That's a great stat there. But Tony got it right. His nickname actually did come from the snake because he's so effing cold. Not the dance Mamba, but I thought that was a pretty good twist there. All right, here.
Sure, it's about because he's cold.
Don't sleep on the dance, though. It's a solid one.
still a
Also,
solid.
Mambo number 5.
Yeah, I got you.
Lou Bega still slaps.
A couple other things here you may not have known about Kobe Bryant. God rest his soul. He spoke fluent Italian. Because his father, just like I said, his father played in the Italian leagues, I think, for 6 or 7 years. And while living in Italy, he picked up Italian and was able to speak it fluently. He went to high school. He went to his high school prom with Brandy. And by the way, at the time, she was still a gigantically big deal. Like, Brandy was still a legit star when he took her to his high school prom. Did you hear what I just said? Dude took a major recording artist to his prom as an unknown 18-year-old basketball player.
That's where I'll throw a flag. He was known at 18. He was drafted out of high school.
Right. But I mean, after high school, prom still happened when the kid was still in high school.
Well, I mean, you kind of have an idea that he's going to be something when he's 18 while he's still in high school.
Dude, that'd be like some guy playing basketball here going to prom like Katy Perry. Or like Lady Gaga or something.
And if he was the best high school basketball player,
it would still
in the
be
nation.
weird. It would still be weird, dude. All right, a couple other things here. He was the first guard drafted into the NBA directly out of high school. First time it ever happened.
Yep.
I think there was a center before him. Was it Shaquille? It had to have been Shaquille,
Shaquille went to LSU, I believe.
Yeah, he did. No, that's right. He did. Who went out of high school?
I don't know.
Oh, I know who it was. Daryl Dawkins.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
From Evans High School.
My man.
Right on. Chocolate Thunder.
I love it.
That was his nickname. And then lastly here was the first player to play 20 seasons with only one team. No one's ever done that.
Fascinating guy. Spoke Italian.
Yeah. He's a genius. A great businessman.
Yeah.
Just a monster personality. It's so a shame. Because he was going to do a lot for that community, man. He was geared up. He was about to make He had made an all-time deal with he was going to be there in L.A. just doing great things with his youth programs. A lot for the black community there in L.A. and just nationally.
And
you know?
girl sports, too.
And in girl sports as well, because
that
his
whole
daughters.
girl squad thing. You know, he made it okay to be a girl squad dad. You know, if Kobe could be cool taking his girl out on the basketball court.
He's my second all-time pick. If you're making the greatest basketball team of all time, he's my second pick. It goes Michael, it goes Kobe. And
then LeBron, of course. Say it, LeBron.
No. Probably Kareem.
No.
Probably Kareem or Shaq, and then into the other guys there. Probably LeBron makes it because, I mean, why not? You're dumb if you don't get him. But, I mean, you know, then a great shooting guard like Steph or somebody like that, or a number of Magic. I mean, point guards. I mean, there's so many, but it's so hard to teach somebody to hate losing. And that guy hated losing more than anything. What's coming up for thoughts?
Guys, my girl's about to make a whole lot more money than me, and then just to rub it into my face, she got prescription glasses. So now she looks smarter, even more so.
Now she has specs appeal.
No. I held the pun.
There you go. I had to do it. All right, back in a second with Russ Thoughts.
The radio station that other radio stations listen to. You're welcome. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best, goldsmithjewelry.com.
We're seeing stop-and-go traffic heading south on the Turnpike between 417 and US 192. It's also solid westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. Still slow, too, between Parr Street and Colonial Drive, and we're still seeing eastbound delays between Princeton Street and Lee Road. The 408 still up to speed, as well as the Beach Line. No reported issues there. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Get a king bed for a queen price at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 during the best Labor Day sale ever on top-rated brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more.
Complete Power Resources is CPR for your home or business when the power goes out. You know why? They sell standby generators. Those generators you build for your house so that it automatically comes on when the power goes out. You know, like when here in Florida in the hurricane season, or even just afternoon storms, or maybe even your small business. Complete Power Resources can handle all of that. Professionally trained, licensed, insured, bonded, background check, and COVID-19 tested. That's what their techs are all about. Knowledgeable electricians, and that's what you want installing your generator. And guys, they carry the brands you want to hear about. Briggs & Stratton, Generac, Kohler, Cummins. You're one step away from never being in the dark again. Never dealing with hot days after your power goes out for a week. Hurricane season here. Complete Power Resources will handle everything, including the permitting. And even better, they're financially sound, which means they have inventory all the time, which is unheard of right now. Make a call. These guys are going to help you out with a great standby generator for your business or your home. It's Complete Power Resources online, CompletePowerResources.com.
November is National Adoption Month, but you don't have to wait to make a difference in a child's life. You can help children find their forever families right now by supporting One Hope United, a multi-state nonprofit that provides adoption, foster care, and residential services in the greater Orlando area. Join us for the 3rd annual Duck Derby on November 6th at Aquatica Water Park at 8 a.m. Watch 5,000 rubber ducks race to the finish line. Get all the information now at magic107.com/Duck Derby.
Make this the summer of Ram with the only truck brand to win Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 years in a row. Right now, well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x2 for $299 a month for 36 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 8/31/2022. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31/2021.
In St. Pete Clearwater, let your senses be your guide. Follow the incredible aroma of outdoor dining under a starlit night, or see the sunset over the Gulf, painting a magnificent orange and red sky. Feel the gentle breeze on a leisurely stroll along the new St. Pete Pier, or let every sense come alive at the Salvador Dali Museum. Sounds like it's time for a fall getaway. You can sense it. Plan your fall escape to America's best beaches at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
The Monster Brew Bus will be on the road Saturday, August 28th.
And it's presented by that mortgage guy Don from Home Loans Radio. Connect with Don at homeloansradio.com.
And get more info on the Brew Bus at realradio.fm/brew.
Overcoming chronic pain takes chronic strength.
That's why, in honor of Pain Awareness Month, the Arthritis Foundation has partnered with iHeartRadio to recognize the chronic strength champions who fight chronic pain every day, and to celebrate their small wins by giving away one big trip. Enter to win a 7-night, all-expenses-paid wellness retreat for 2 at Hilton Head Health in South Carolina, valued at $10,000. The winner will enjoy gourmet cuisine, exercise classes in a beautiful island setting, and much more. The Arthritis Foundation is boldly pursuing a cure for America's #1 cause of disability, while championing the fight to conquer arthritis with life-changing science, resources, advocacy, and community connections. So say yes to starting your wellness journey. Enter to win this once-in-a-lifetime trip at championsweepstakes.com and explore the Arthritis Foundation's tools and resources to help develop your chronic strength. That's championsweepstakes.com. Again, championsweepstakes.com.
No matter the challenges, we were there with a stronger, more reliable energy grid.
When our community struggled, we were there with flexible payment arrangements and other support.
And as the sun comes out, bringing the promise of a brighter tomorrow, we will still be here.
With energy that's reliable, affordable, and cleaner than ever, we're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Your Better Business Bureau and iHeartMedia Orlando are teaming up to present a very special free digital marketing webinar presented virtually Tuesday, August 31st from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Learn how to improve your SEO and increase web traffic, reputation management, and so much more. To register, visit WFLAorlando.com/calendar or find BBB iHeartMedia Digital Marketing Webinar on Eventbrite.
We call him Willy Wonka. He's a chocolate lab. His belly itched, and he would actually lay in the grass and scoot across it to scratch. And Sheba, his sister, she scratched at her ears real bad, and she shook her head so much, she wound up with cauliflower ears.
DINOVITE.com. Dinovite is nutrition.
When we first got the Dinovite, they cleaned the bowls up real good. Her ears, they're a whole lot better. Wonka, his belly, it's all really cleaned up. He flops over and lays on his back and just kicks his legs, and I call it his happy dance. They look good and even smell good in between baths. You should give your dogs Dinovite before something happens. And that's kind of like preventative maintenance.
Dinovite for life.
It makes them healthier and happier.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
And your dogs will love it just like mine do.
DINOVITE.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Does your AC need attention? Visit millsair.com now. Since 1992, millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
YouTube.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Breaking news, Deb?
Yeah, just in case you're, this is crazy, but the state of Mississippi is threatening jail time for those who don't follow at-home isolation orders after testing positive for COVID-19. Yes, y'all heard me right.
Mississippi. That's what happened when your whole state dies. You wake up when your whole state's in the hospital. You wake up when you're begging a ship to park next to your state so we can put other people in there because we have no hospital beds.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You go to jail when you break quarantine. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is right there. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
Open them up.
It's funny.
Smack it out.
Sometimes.
You're just making stuff up.
Ross.
I think your hair is affecting your brain. Let's go.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Guys. My fiance is a real estate agent, and I got to tell you, it's hot.
Yeah.
It is smoking hot.
But she has those glasses now?
Well, not only does
she's already a super pretty girl as it is.
She's already a smoke show.
Yeah.
And then
she is a smoke show.
And then
she's cool as S, too.
Like, she's a 10. I'm a 4. Give or take 4. I don't know. I don't know.
That's not true, Ross.
No, it's definitely not give for.
That's why I think I'm either a soft aid or a concrete goose egg. It's one of the two. I'm not really sure.
Never want to be a soft aid.
It depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Okay.
So, my girl goes ahead, becomes a realtor, and I was not expecting some of the pros that come along with becoming a real estate agent. Is a realtor the same thing as a real estate agent?
Yeah. It's realtor, by the way. It's not realtor. It's realtor.
Realtor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, realtor. Not realtor. It's realtor.
I didn't know my fiance was here today.
Oh,
she had on her correcting pants, did she?
I've had that same conversation back at my casa.
Okay.
That's Spanglish. Thank you very much.
Or it's actually Spanish.
So, check this out.
Okay.
I didn't know about the pros. First of all, the glasses and her becoming a real estate agent, completely two separate things.
Sure.
For a long time, she's been like, yo, I think something's wrong with my eye. And I was like, I'm so sorry. But then she was like, no, I think I'm getting older or something's wrong with my eye. I have bad vision in one of my eyes. I keep winking at stuff. So she goes to the eye doctor and she finds out, like, yeah, your eyes are banged up. Your eyes are not good. So she goes ahead and gets these glasses. Dog.
Banged up.
I didn't think I was a glasses guy.
Yeah.
And now I'm a glasses guy.
Yeah.
Got me talking like I'm from Louisiana, down in the bayou.
I don't even know what you're doing right now.
I kind of like it though.
Now, does she have to? She has to drop some dough on a good wardrobe as well, because when you
ding.
When you sell real estate, you got to go out and get some nice clothes. Nobody wants some bum going up to show them a house, especially here in Florida, when just getting somebody to get you to buy a house is almost ridiculous.
She's wearing all of these pencil skirts, skin tight stuff, all these golden bracelets, and I'm over here wearing a t-shirt and scratching ass in pajamas.
Now I have to ask, because
ready to be a house husband.
Your fiance is a very unique person, because she doesn't like drive. I don't want to say this and be offensive.
She's already thinking about
She
that.
doesn't like drive a girly kind of car. She drives like an old pickup truck.
Well, unfortunately, she's going to have to probably get rid of that and get a 4-door sedan so that she's got a house showing car.
She's got an F-150. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a Ford pickup truck. Yeah, F-150.
I'm not that manly. I can't tell a truck out in the wild and go, oh, I know that.
Right.
It's an Avalanche.
I can.
That's a truck, right? Avalanche?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it is.
Oh, shots fired for all you Avalanche owners.
It's like a weird hybrid kind of thing, but yeah, it does have a bed.
Was that a random? How weird of a truck was that for me to bring up?
It's very weird. Yeah.
I like a good Avalanche.
They don't make them anymore, I don't believe.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
So limited edition.
There you go.
So she goes ahead, gets a whole new wardrobe. I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I even got to the show.
Oh, yeah, the runway show.
As a real estate agent, you have to do a lot of showings. But before then, you have to walk up to your significant other and also do a showing with these new clothes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I'll be honest with you, I was harsh on a couple of them.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that makes your butt look good.
Well, I mean, you don't want to. I mean, that doesn't matter if your butt looks good. I mean, just do you look presentable and professional? That's what matters.
But presentable and professional also means that's a good butt.
Again, I mean, that's sexist. You can't really say things like that, because then you would be saying that your fiance would only sell a house because her butt looked good in the skirt.
Okay.
And you don't want to do that.
I'm not saying that, but I will say that it doesn't hurt.
I would say
it can't hurt.
Well, you got to be very careful with this. And by the way, she's welcome to call my wife, who's been in real estate for a while.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the woman is there. It's a man and a wife looking at homes, and if the woman is too pretty and alluring, the woman will discourage.
Let's go see another house, honey.
Yeah, let's discourage maybe that.
All right, so maybe she should have not returned those pants, because there's a pair of pants that were just straight frumping.
Oh, no, because she wants to look her best, so she feels her best. That will make her the most successful.
Yeah, you want her to be comfortable and presentable, but you don't want her to make anybody else uncomfortable, because she's already attractive. You don't want that to be a hindrance.
Because there was this one pair of pants that was like, she's like 31 up top, 85 depends on the bottom.
Plus, you don't,
It was bad. I was like, you look like you're going to walk differently in these. Or at least you should.
Damn, man.
Those pants are telling a whole different story. Like, you sneeze bad.
Has she had her first showing yet?
Yeah. She's done 2.
She's already done 2 showings?
Solo dolo. I'm happy. I'm stoked.
Did she get a contract yet?
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
The contract is what you want to hear. Baby, I got a contract on this property today. That's what you want to hear every time she walks in the door.
And she also did a 3rd showing, but she got ghosted. Like, they didn't show up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
Even then, she was like, I got ghosted.
Yeah.
She's so excited for all of this. And I'm just sitting shotgun going, hell yeah.
How does she feel about guns?
What is that? Let's go back to the pants.
No, how does she feel about guns?
I mean, she's fine with guns.
You mean you probably need to buy her a little gun?
I gotta buy her. What?
You probably need to buy her a gun. You
don't
need to buy
watch
her.
Investigation Discovery and real estate stories.
Yeah, just buy her a little 25 semi-automatic. She can carry it in her purse, and she needs to do that because if you start showing houses in your pencil-thin butt skirts, you know things can get out of hand. You don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me I got to bring back the frumpy pants?
No, I'm just saying.
Will
buddy.
the frumpy pants protect her life?
They could.
Okay, well, my tune has changed about those god-awful
You
pants.
should go get 5 pair of them. This
They
is
were-
all you show houses in, this diaper pants.
Yeah, these diaper pants, man. They were bad, but these might save your life.
So what happens, because we were talking about this a little bit earlier in the show, by the way, if you missed any of the conversation we had earlier about what it takes or what it is to be a man, you can always podcast the show at JimCorbettLive.com. She starts making a lot more money than you. It's going to be a problem?
It's not a problem for her, and it's not, I can't say, I want to say it's not a problem to me. I'm just worried. I know my perception of her is just skyrocketing.
Will it drive you more? Like if you feel that she comes on and she starts making a lot more money than you, that you will feel like pressured to equal her, even though there's really no reason you should?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
That is already happening right now, and that's only because I'm in my early 30s where I'm like, all right, I built a skill set. I like telling jokes. I like making videos. They are paying, so let's exploit that and become more of a business-centric, business-minded performer, because before it's like, yeah, coffee shop, let's run it.
Right.
You know, and how much money? Oh, I get a coffee? Well, I'm thirsty. Let's go.
She's going to wear these glasses all the time, huh?
But I am a little paranoid. I am a little paranoid of how she will perceive me.
What? Oh, my God, Ross.
When she's
Ross,
making like, I don't know, $1.50.
Listen to me, buddy. That's nothing. That's going to be easy to deal with. What's going to be difficult to deal with is, I have a showing today. Oh, yeah, it's just downtown. It's this single guy. He's like 35. He's worth like, 15, 20 million. I'm just showing him this penthouse downtown. It's no big deal. I'll be back in no time.
And I will look at her and I will go, take the frumpy pants. Wear the frumpy pants. In fact, let me wear those frumpy pants for a quick second.
Yeah, I gotta meet with Chaz. He's taking me over to Tori for a little while. We're gonna grab some drinks.
That happens?
And some.
That doesn't happen.
How do you think you sell houses, dumbass?
Oh my God!
How do you think you sell houses, dumbass?
Segment over.
He's picking me up in his Lambo, but don't worry, I won't be home too late. This is a really big real estate deal, honey. You have to understand it's going to be a dinner and drinks. It's going to be a little bit more involved than your standard.
I'll be at the back room of the Blue Martini if you need me, but don't need me. I'll see you whenever.
I'm gonna start telling my fiance that the denim on denim looks great.
The old Timberlake Britney look.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta go Mario suspenders. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, it certainly is a thing.
And
All
it's probably going to be named Chaz.
407-916-1041. I can already smell the jazz on her.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
What?
That's money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, back in a sec with Stephen Kramer. Hang loose.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
We're seeing stop-and-go traffic heading south on the Turnpike between 417 and US 192. It's also solid westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. Still slow, too, between Parr Street and Colonial Drive, and we're still seeing eastbound delays between Princeton Street and Lee Road. The 408 still up to speed, as well as the Beach Line. No reported issues there. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Union Home Mortgage.
Turn your dream house into a reality. Union Home Mortgage helps you achieve home ownership, whether buying a first house or refinancing your forever home. Union Home Mortgage puts you first with world-class service, personalized financing, and unwavering support. Learn more at UHM.com. Union Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 2229.
Man, you know what you cannot have happen in Florida in the summertime? Well, your AC has to be good and ready to go at all times. When it breaks down, that's a major problem. That's why Mills Air exists. Leon Mills has been doing this for a very long time, guys, and he set out on his own about 29 years ago because he wanted to do it right with integrity and honesty. And that's exactly what he does. And he hires people that feel the same exact way. That's why his techs are so good. And that's why you hear so many great things when they visit people, because their techs are so knowledgeable and so kind. They get you back up and running in no time at all. A lot of times they have the parts right with them. That preventive maintenance plan from these guys is an absolute must. If you want your ACs to work all the time, every time, they can make it happen for you. And if you happen to need a new AC, they got you covered there as well. With up to $2,700 in rebates for that brand new Carrier unit, you can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to Mills Air whenever you need help with your AC. Family owned and operated. Call them today. 407-277-1159. It's easy. Online, millsair.com.
When it comes to power, trust the source. SolarSource.com.
Win your way to our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Coming live to iHeartRadio stations across America and streaming free on the CW app and CWTV.com. You'll see Billie Eilish, Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Dua Lipa, Phineas, Florida Georgia Line, J. Cole, Journey, Khalid, Little Baby, Maroon 5, Nelly, Sam Hunt, Weezer, and more. Listen every weekday to win your way there.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
When choosing a health plan, everything's important. Like knowing that when I go to my doctor visits, whether primary or specialist, I don't have a copay. That's peace of mind. Solis Health Plans gives me that. Also, knowing that with Solis, I have the benefit of obtaining up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. That's a relief. Yes, with Solis Health Plans, you get up to $1,200 a year in OTC products, brand name products, real quality. Solis also has the benefits you're looking for: transportation to doctor visits, hearing, vision, dental, and much more, like mental health programs to address the indirect effects of COVID-19. It's time for you to become a member so that you can have the peace of mind of knowing that with Solis, you're with a health plan that truly responds because they're local. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference at 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
In honor of Pain Awareness Month, the Arthritis Foundation has partnered with iHeartRadio to recognize the chronic strength champions who fight chronic pain every day and celebrate their small wins by giving away one big trip. Enter to win a 7-night all-expenses-paid wellness retreat for 2 at Hilton Head Health in South Carolina. Chronic strength can help take back what chronic pain takes away. So celebrate your chronic strength by entering to win now at ChampionSweepstakes.com. That's ChampionSweepstakes.com.
At Metro by T-Mobile, we don't think you should pay extra for unlimited 5G. Introducing the big 5G upgrade. Experience 5G speed at no extra cost. Ditch your overpriced connection with Boost and Cricket and save half off their top plans when you switch to Metro, the leader in prepaid. Get 1 line of unlimited smartphone data for just $25 a month, with 5G access included, and no extra cost. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy 5G with trade-in, all with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. Rule your day with unlimited high-speed data and a free 5G phone. Only at Metro. Limited time in-store only. If congested data users greater than 35 gigabytes per month notice lower speeds, and Metro customers notice lower speeds versus T-Mobile due to deprioritization. Leader based on prepaid subs June 2021. Save half based on one-line Boost and Cricket unlimited plans. See store for details.
Join Mickey, Elsa, Woody, and more at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Coming to Amway Center September 3rd through 5th. On sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details and get your tickets today.
Go back. That's never happened before. Okay, The Haunted Road. Drive down select nights this fall. Get your tickets before they sell out at thehauntedroad.com. That was weird, right? I heard the road was really haunted. Find out at thehauntedroad.com.
No one knows you like you. That's why iHeart is giving you your very own station, My Favorites Radio, where the only songs that play are the ones you've thumbed up, plus the biggest songs from the stations you listen to most. The more you hit thumbs up, the more personal My Favorites Radio gets. Trust us, the thumb spring will be worth it. You can even show off your amazing musical taste and share your station with friends. My Favorites Radio, only on iHeart. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hope you've enjoyed the program today. We had a good show today. Like I said, if you missed any of the program, you can podcast the show at Jim Colbert Live. By the way, while you're there, a lot of podcasts are there. We have the Animal House podcast, the Ross Thoughts podcast, What'd You Do That's New, all that there, waiting on you at JimColbertLive.com. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Ross are here. Jack on vacation. He'll join us Wednesday after he gets done. But every single Monday around this time, we've had a good friend, Stephen Kramer, to drop by. It's OneFirmForLife.com. You can find his offices up in Altamont Springs. Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Hey there. How you guys doing?
Doing all right, man. How was your weekend and stuff? Good?
It was all right. I finished White Lotus. We finished it.
What'd you think?
It was glorious.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing.
Isn't it, truthfully, after you watched it, didn't you think to yourself, how completely subtle that show was, and for the ability for those messages to be delivered so subtly, but yet create so much tension in every single scene in that 6 episodes was simply amazing to me. My wife turned to me, Steven, she goes, how are they doing that? How do they make every single scene seem like a bottle that's about to burst?
Well, it was good, too, because it kind of explored all of these ideas rather than advocating, if that makes sense. So it left room for people to kind of make their own conclusions and analyses, and and make it thought provoking in a way that is kind of makes it distinct from everything else out there right now.
It really did. I have to tell you what's really odd about it too, that nobody's really talking about, that I look at it as like, it really is kind of reinstituting the idea of a family vacation and what it's supposed to be about. Now, this is set at a very swanky resort, and these people are supposed to be ungodly wealthy, so money is no object. But when you think about the idea of the stereotypical American family vacation, it really isn't far from this. You just change the scene to an RV or a cabin or whatever.
And add a lot of ketamine, Xanax.
Right. Don't give it up, dude.
Alcohol,
Don't
and
give it
every
up.
other drug.
No spoilers. I'm telling people, I just told my daughter up in Seattle, I said, you have to watch this show. It's the best show I've seen on any of the pay programs for quite a while. It's damn good.
And the best song.
Yeah, no joke. Like, and you know what, Stephen, it's funny.
The intro and the exit song.
I was just talking about it on the show last week. I was like, man, you know what we don't talk about is the intro songs for these great shows, like whether it be True Blood or The Sopranos or The White Lotus, whatever the case may be. These things have created a genre of their own.
I mean, I sent you. Maybe I'll text you again. a skit from Portlandia where they've got where they spoof like all these cable show songs, and they're freaking hilarious.
I did see that.
Because they all have like a very similar vibe. Got to get a little snake rattle in there. Of course, that was like a snapshot in time.
Yeah.
The song from this show was cool. It was distinctive. The other interesting thing about the show is so many of the characters were really not likable.
Right.
I mean, the two most likable characters are probably Alexandria Daddario, Rachel, and who was the other? And the woman who ran the spa.
I forget her name. The African American lady.
Yes.
I can't remember her name, but yeah. And the other interesting part is how it shape shifted the characters from your first idea of who they are to really show you what they are as people. And it was, I'm telling you, man, if you have yet to see The White Lotus, it's an HBO Max product, and it is exceptionally good. It's only 6 episodes too, which is great. But
what a great cast!
Everything about it was
Connie
good.
Britton's great. Steve Zahn's great.
It was
good.
Really good.
Kid, their kid that goes, their kid,
the boy,
the son.
Yeah,
cool.
the boy. Yeah. It's all good, man. You'll check it out, The White Lotus. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, loved it.
It's an interesting thing happening right now in Florida. Ron DeSantis and the school boards are having a battle, and now the Supreme Courts are passing down decisions, and right now it looks kind of sketchy for this whole thing for Governor DeSantis. What's happening with it?
So what's happening is there's a few lawsuits, right? There's a state lawsuit and there's a federal lawsuit. So the state court lawsuit, there's a lawsuit going on in Leon County, and they are doing they're actually in the middle of arguments in front of the court about why the state's mask mandate ban should be overturned and is not supported by law.
And how's that going, though? I mean, is that a viable argument?
I don't know. I think it remains to be seen. It depends on the substance of the arguments. Florida attempted to have the case ultimately dismissed, and the judge said the parents needed to have their day in court. That doesn't necessarily tilt his hand and indicate what he's ultimately going to do in the case. There's a tough argument there. There's a law that was passed by the legislature that enacts a parent's bill of rights, and it specifically deals with schools. And it's going to kind of depend on how the argument works out. What's interesting about it is, the governor's executive order on relating to schools doesn't explicitly say you can't have mask mandates. It says 3 things. It says one, it directs schools and the Department of Health to use all legal means to ensure safety protocols to control the spread of COVID-19 that 1, do not violate Florida's constitutional freedoms, 2, do not violate parents' rights under Florida law to make healthcare decisions for their minor children, and then 3, protects children with disabilities or health conditions that would be harmed by protocols like face masking. So now, that may be the text of the order. Everything around the order has basically said that means you can't have mask mandates.
But it doesn't really say that clearly at all.
Well, the order doesn't explicitly say that, but the position has been that having a mask mandate in place would violate this Parents' Bill of Rights. And this Parents' Bill of Rights got passed by the legislature. Basically, it says parents have the exclusive right to make healthcare decisions for their children. What I am expecting to see at some point is a lawsuit that basically flips that on its head.
Which basically turns that around.
And says, it takes the inverse of that and says, by forbidding mask mandates, you're denying us the ability to make healthcare decisions that are in the interest of our children, and basically flips that argument around. I don't know if they're going to do that in this case, but I expect to see a lawsuit that does try to make that argument.
It is okay. So let me double correct it, because I'm not 100% sure on all counties, because I'm a little bit behind. Are they giving the ability to learn remotely if you don't want? So you have to go to school?
There was an option in most school districts to elect virtual school. There of course is Florida virtual school. Some counties had a version of that was hybrid where they kind of attended classes virtually. I think the consensus with many educators was that the virtual school is a superior product, but that's a really irrelevant. I'm sure there's people with both opinions, but there is a virtual school option. There are, of course, charter schools. There are, of course, vouchers available. There are a variety of options for school. But, this deals explicitly with public schools, and that's really where this issue is right.
So how many parents are going to wind up suing afterwards when they say, look, I'm not going to send my kid to school? One thing, I just don't think it's safe. Secondly, if there are no masks, if there's not a mandate, and I don't think my kid's safe, I can make that decision for my child's well-being. How many people are going to be in lawsuits when they're dealing with the issues of not sending their kid to school? Because that creates now another issue of truancy if, as a parent, you decide to keep your kid home for what you think is best for their health, which is outlined in that document.
Parents are required to have their children in the school, up to the appropriate age. So that's not really a viable option. If parents are not going to have their children in school, they're going to have to do virtual school or homeschool or pursue another option. But what you're talking about is the exact argument that the parents are trying to make, is that that this mask mandate ban creates a generally unsafe environment for their children. Of course, there are strong feelings both ways on this. I mean, we've seen the news articles, we've seen video clips that have gone viral. What we may see also is a Florida constitutional argument that may be that the legislature and the governor can't usurp the constitutional authority of local school boards. You may see something like that where school boards are constitutionally elected. That already reared its head over that kind of that stalemate over whether the state could take away the salary of those constitutional officers. We already saw that rear its head there. And of course, there's a federal lawsuit as well going on right now, and that is a lawsuit by parents relating to disability law, and basically arguing that this position by the state is improper under the Americans with Disabilities Act.
I got to tell you, man, we were talking earlier about this, Stephen, and for the life of me, and I still like some of the decisions this governor makes. This one I do not understand. It seems to be a bit of a pandering decision, but with that said, I don't understand why this wasn't turned over to the school districts themselves, to the counties. It just seems like that would be a safer way to do it. And my argument is this. I mean, who knows those school districts, those schools, those principals, those school leaders better than the people who run the school board in that county? I mean, they would understand that constituency way better than just a governor in Tallahassee. I'm not saying that to demean the governor, because, like I said, I do like a lot of things this governor does. But in the same sense, this just seems like an argument that doesn't need to happen. Turn it over to the counties, let the counties do their job, and you govern the state.
Well, the argument against that would be a tyranny of the majority. That is, that even if the majority votes in favor of something like this, is the argument against it. Even if the majority votes for something like that, that would impede the rights of the minority in that particular local jurisdiction. But what you're talking about is a criticism that has been levied, and that is that it defeats local rule, home rule. That is something that commonly, you see among conservative constituents, is the idea that the most important government is the government closest to home, that, in favor of states' rights. Here, though, this is really a move by the state of Florida to consolidate power and authority in Tallahassee. This isn't a new concept. That happened several years ago when the state overrode the ability of cities and counties to go ahead and deal with sick leave issues or wage issues. So, many laws are preempted. Our polity, our civic structures really starts at the state level and then is meted out on the county level, and then in the courts through the county and circuit courts. So, the legislature has that ability. The argument here is that this may somehow trample on the constitutional rights of parents or on the constitutional authority reserved to school boards. There is a local rule argument there that effectively local parents can express their votes for constitutional officers, and therefore their voice should be heard.
Right.
And in that governance relating to schools should be conducted by that local body that's empowered by the Constitution to carry out the wishes of those voters.
This situation doesn't seem really that much different than the situation we were in last spring, right? I mean, it's like the same exact situation. We were trying to figure out whether or not kids should be going back to school. And it was the same exact scenario. I don't really understand how things have changed other than the Delta variant.
But it was different.
How was it different?
Because the governor and the state left that authority and that decision making to local jurisdictions, whether you're talking about counties that had mask mandates in place or schools that did. There was a deference given to local, county, and municipal decisions. Now, what the governor did do at that time was take some of the teeth out of those local mandates. So at the time, there was eventually the fines were forgiven.
Right.
There was the ability to shut down or fine individuals for violating mask mandates. Was prohibited. So even in that state, there was a measure. It was a measured step. It was some local authority was given, but only to a degree.
Looking at this from the outside in, buddy, and of course with your ability to look at it with the legal knowledge you have, I mean, where do you think this thing is going to wind up going? Is there an end in sight for this anytime soon? I mean, a definitive yes, this is going to happen. No, this is not going to happen.
Well, really, what it looks like is going to happen. I'm not a healthcare official. I'm not a doctor, but the data out there would seem to indicate, the latest data, that we're nearing the peak. And I read at least one article today that said that effectively by September we may be getting something close to herd immunity, because this virus, the Delta variant, is so very contagious with its R rating that it's just burning through people so quickly that we may have an issue on the healthcare side before we have a legal answer. But again, I don't think anybody really knows. We're in a moving equation here where it's evolving on a day-to-day basis, and science is trying to keep up with it. So, but I also know how slow the courts can be sometimes.
It's just so interesting.
That I do know.
Yeah, for sure, especially now, right?
Well, I mean,
it's even more backed up now.
The courts are stepping in.
They
can't sit.
Right? They don't have a choice. They got to make a move, buddy.
But that has the courts. That whole issue that you're talking about with courts being backed up. I mean, that has been an issue around the state, depending on where you're at.
Well, I mean, I was talking to we're getting some work done on the house. I was talking to a friend about getting a permit for something, and he started laughing.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a building permit in Seminole County apparently is like roping a fish.
I mean, what are you going to get a building permit for? You'll have the building permit, 20 weeks before you get the materials.
No, I think we're good there. My guy says we can get
Depends
our stuff.
on what you're getting. I mean, at least lumber is down like 70%.
No, dude. But we're stealing it from the I-4 people. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Nice. We're doing like everybody else is doing. We're just getting it from the. We're just getting it from that program. It's so much cheaper.
We'll have to have part of that discussion offline.
Right. I can't tell you where my secrets are. It was funny because
my summary is don't do that.
Yeah, good. The funny part was when that whole lumber thing was happening, which is easing up a little bit. I remember I was telling the guys, I drove by, normally when you drive by these construction sites and they have cranes on property, at the end of the day, they'll take the generators
right.
and those big expensive pieces of equipment and they'll lock them up and they'll hoist them up on the crane so nobody can steal them. When I drove,
just steal the crane.
But when I was driving by the last time, the generator was on the ground and all the lumber was up in the air. It was worth more than the damn generator.
Yeah, you know that.
That was a snapshot in time. I saw today that there is a black swan event expected in real estate where some people believe that real estate prices are going to crash. Of course, that was paired up with an article, I think, in the Sentinel about home buyers just walking away from shopping for homes because it's so crazy out there right now trying to find a place in Orlando.
It is that bounce back. I actually read a piece today. I want to say it was in the Sentinel about there's bounce back now because people just started putting their houses up for sale for ungodly amounts of money. So now every time somebody wants to look at a house, they're looking at 3.2s that should be selling for like $280,000. People are asking like $6 for them, just trying to get paid. And so now the market in the area is starting to dumb a little bit because of people just trying to go out there and get paid.
Well, where are you going to move?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the whole problem. If you sell the house, you still got to live somewhere.
Yeah, and you can't get an apartment here.
It works well if you're in like the Northeast and you want to move to Florida,
right?
Or if you're in LA or San Francisco and you're going to move to like Tennessee, then you're killing it.
Or you're downsizing and you're just going to sell a big house and move into a townhouse or a condo or something on the beach. And I mean, that's what you're going to do.
Perfect for boomers.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Right? I mean, you want to get out of that 3,000 square foot house and move into something small. You're right. That is the opportunity. But if you're just making a lateral move, there's
you can have that money, but
not much to gain there.
You're not going to be able to buy anything, unfortunately, because everything's going to be expensive. I wanted to ask you one other thing, and I totally forgot what it was. I just blanked out.
It was about the probate issue.
Oh, it was about the probate issue. Quickly, we only have about 2 minutes here, buddy.
Sure.
So we were talking about my mom's estate. It turns out most of the stuff was perfectly fine. She had all the information written down so that she wouldn't forget it, which allowed us to get access to certain things. But she did wind up having a savings account that we cannot find the information on. And although it's not a ton of money in there, it's certainly worth going to kind of try to get. And we've already heard the word probate from people around it. And I mean, you and I had a private conversation about what it costs to get into one of those things. And, you know, it's one of those things. Do you want to spend that money to make a little bit of money? Or what happens? By the way, what happens if it just stays there? Does it just stay there forever?
So it gets really challenging depending on how much money is at issue, right? So we have a full administration, which is like a full probate, which is a lengthy process, an expensive process. And then there's a summary. That's right. And then there's a summary administration for estates that are less than $75,000, where you've actually got to get a transfer of that money. Hopefully, maybe it's a situation where there's a beneficiary named on the account, and then you don't have to worry about a probate.
Yeah.
And that many people call that a Totten trust, right? It's payable on death. And that makes it real easy because no probate necessary. Without that, you know, you're probably looking at a summary administration. And what may make more sense, if nothing happens there, it'll get turned over to Florida Treasure Hunt. And then, you know, either they will then make you jump through hoops and get a probate, or depending on the circumstances, you know, they may go ahead and turn over the money if you can satisfy certain criteria. But probably what makes the most sense, unfortunately, is wait out the time period for claims of creditors, right?
Yeah.
That way, because the problem is if you open a probate, all of a sudden, if there's any creditors, they pop up and it's like, now you're out the cost of the probate and there's claims on the rest of the money.
Thank God she doesn't have anything like that. All the little bills she has, we've already paid or taken care of it. She's free and clear there. She just had this little savings account for, I don't even know what for. Oh yeah, well, maybe so.
I mean, there could be hospital bills. There's an electric bill from 10 years ago. There's stuff that, you know, headache to deal with. But basically, there's summary administration. After 2 years, creditors' claims go away to a large degree. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's probably the best option is to look at that. You just have to decide whether the risk and reward's worth it.
Well, the other thing was we ordered 750 death certificates to be able to take care of everything we need. So
750.
Yeah. They're always telling you, well, you need one for this. And then I just found out that the DMV doesn't even accept ones that have the cause of death in there. I didn't even know any of that.
Yeah, you got to get short form.
Oh, my God, I've learned a whole... honestly, they said, well, the minimum you should get is probably 8. 4 with, 4 without.
What I hope is maybe there's a payable on death provision on the account, and that makes it real easy.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, Stephen, as always, we appreciate your help, and thanks for all the help personally off the air that you allowed me to extract from you while we were dealing with this very difficult time. You've been a great friend. I appreciate it. There he is, Stephen Kramer, onefirmforlife.com. You can find him up in Altamont Springs, and much like he's done for me as a good friend for the last 2 weeks, he can do the same thing for you as a professional and a friend as well. Again, that's onefirmforlife.com. Stephen Kramer offices, Altamont Springs. Stephen, have a great week. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
You got it, brother.
Have
all
a
right.
good one.
All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. It's time for last call. Let's get the hell out of Dodge.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call. 407-916-1041. Brought to you by Heineken.
This Real Radio 1041 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this evening we've got these lingering thunderstorms ending early, the low 77. Tomorrow's high 91. There's a 50% chance for afternoon storms. Now midweek, some drier air working in, which means lower rain chances on Wednesday, the high 93. But then a surge of some tropical moisture Thursday and Friday, meaning likely thunderstorm chances and high temperatures hovering around 90 degrees. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Orlando Hire Day, August 26th. Visit orlandojobs.com.
Hire Day Orlando is back. The biggest job fair and hiring event in Central Florida. Thursday, August 26th at the Amway Center. Over 120 employers and more than 7,000 open jobs. Presented by orlandojobs.com. Free parking. Register now at orlandojobs.com.
Man, make your house worth more, make it feel better, and do that like immediately with FAS windows and doors. Those single pane aluminum frame windows are killing your AC, and it makes your home that much more uncomfortable. Those dual pane vinyl windows from FAS Windows and Doors are really going to make your home feel amazing. Your AC is going to love you and give you a giant hug because now it's working half the time and it lasts longer and your power bills are less. And even better, it makes your house sound amazing. The quiet that you get when your house is really sealed up the way it's supposed to be, simply amazing. You can also protect your home with that impact glass. Just ask FAS all about that. They'll gladly tell you, or you can see it in person. Their showroom is super easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Go in, look at the styles. Windows have come a long way. There's a lot of options out there, and these guys have every one of them, and they're ready to install right now. Hop online, get your appointment, and then experience what FAS is all about. It's easy, guys. FASWD.com.
Labor Day weekend, September 4th through the 6th. Visit the Space Coast in Cocoa Beach and support the National Kidney Foundation's 36th Annual Surf Fest, featuring hundreds of competitive surfers in pro and amateur divisions, live entertainment, and fun for the entire family. Don't miss out on the fun in the sun at Westgate Pier and join us for the Taste of Brevard and silent auction. For more information, visit nkfsurf.com.
If you're from Orlando, you know how we do food in the City Beautiful. We waffle our chicken in Metro Diner, udon our noodles at Bento Asian Kitchen, and ye can always find the golden tenders at PDQ. That's why there's DoorDash. Get food from every neighborhood in Orlando. Food so good, it'll make you happier than that other happy place in town. Download the DoorDash app now to find your local favorites, made by Orlando. Order on DoorDash.
This Labor Day, put an end to junk sleep. Right now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on our top-rated brands when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy. Or save up to 50% on hot buys from top brands like Sleepy's or Serta. With our highly trained sleep experts and our low-price guarantee, you can rest assured you'll get the best bed at the best price. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Washington has its eyes on your health care. Senator Bernie Sanders' $3.5 trillion so-called infrastructure bill is really a government takeover of your health care, with a price tag higher than Obamacare. The Sanders plan means higher prices, longer wait times, fewer new medicines, higher taxes. Senator Sanders' health care heist is wrong for America. Call 202-925-8068 and tell Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy to reject Senator Bernie Sanders' phony infrastructure bill. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Tax problems can be extremely stressful and cause financial devastation. The tax attorneys at J. David Tax Law are right here in Orlando to be your personal advocate and resolve your IRS or state sales tax issues. J. David Tax Law focuses on your needs and case outcomes. Don't be fooled by out-of-town tax companies that focus only on signing you up without even working with an attorney. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you. If you have federal or state sales tax debt, payroll taxes, bank levies, wage garnishments, tax liens, or unfiled returns, have a face-to-face with J. David Tax Law and get the help you need. Never trust your tax situation to anyone you can't walk in and look in the eye. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away.
Did you know that Solis Health Plans gives you up to $1,200 per year in OTC products? Yes, up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. Brand name quality products. That's a relief. Furthermore, with Solis, you don't have a copay when visiting primary doctors or specialists. Zero. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference. 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
You can feel it in the air. It's starting to feel like fall at Dunkin'.
And new fall feelings call for new fall flavors, like our new Apple Cranberry Dunkin' Refreshers that are delicious and refreshing to the core. Honeycrisp apple and cranberry flavors made with green tea or coconut milk. And if you want even more fall flavor, pair them with a classic sweet and crisp apple cider donut. Fall into flavorful with the new Apple Cranberry Dunkin' Refreshers or a sweet fall treat like our apple cider donut. America runs on Dunkin'. Apple Cranberry flavor drink, 0% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
Floridians are fighting back. We're coming together to do our part. Getting a vaccine can protect not only you, but your loved ones too. It's easy, it's safe, it's effective. It doesn't matter where you live. If you are eligible to receive the vaccine, there's a vaccine available for you. As we get back to normal, let's do this together. Learn more at floridahealthcovid19.gov.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by iHeartRadio, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
Take a break from the flame war. Your racist brother-in-law isn't going anywhere. Real Radio Orlando on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. This is The Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. We are running way behind. If you want to hop on for a last call, we do have 2 lines open. 407-916-1041. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Brandon Kravitz, Orlando attorney Steve Kramer, and Code Black IT for supplying our Summer of Stuff.
Oh, yeah, Summer of Stuff for sure. Ross, we have an Instagram winner today.
You
get him in 1 second?
We do, and I will get back to you on that. But I will be at the Orlando Improv September 5th, which is a Sunday.
Very nice.
So check me out there.
That's right, September 5th. And, of course, you can learn everything about Ross at rosspagetcomedy.com. You can also find him on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook as well.
The TikTok be blowing up, Jim.
All right, 407-916-1041. Let's get right to it. Eddie, last call.
All right, so I operate heavy equipment for the government. Had a job interview today to become a supervisor. So I had my boss, my boss's boss, and my boss's boss's boss. And then you guys talk about shrooms. They looked at me like I had 2 heads.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's ironic.
Right, you probably did. Mike, last call.
Hey, Jim, you know what toxic masculinity is?
What's that?
Not knowing how to clean your own pool.
Oh. That felt like a shot.
It did.
Anthony, last call.
Hey, Jim, I hope Party Mom is listening. I'm going with a short song. I just called to say I love you, and I want to be a real man and get on the Summer of Stuff list. Shout out Rod King.
All right, man. Thanks. I appreciate that very much.
A little pitchy.
Yeah, who are we going to go with there, Mike, on the second one?
I enjoyed Eddie.
Eddie, you're the winner, buddy.
It's true.
You are in the Summer of Stuff. Thanks for calling. We do appreciate it. Let's get the hell out of here, Ross. Do we have our Instagram winner?
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
Wait here for a second.
They'll find out. They'll get tagged.
Yeah, JimColbertLive.com. You can see all of the stuff there. All the blogs are there. Of course, tomorrow we have What'd You Do That's New. Plus, your texts and calls all day long. Do we have it yet?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be Miss Hannigan.
Miss Hannigan?
Miss Hannigan.
Miss Hannigan. She was a math teacher.
I know. I was going to say, the principal wants to see you.
Now she's in the Summer of Stuff. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow for sure. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning after us. Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have a great evening.
Bye!
Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Still a stop-and-go ride heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's steady 2 eastbound between Princeton Street and Lee Road. Authorities still working to clear a crash on Lee Road right at I-4. Another coming in on John Young Parkway at Americana Boulevard. No reported issues for you on the Beach Line. We're looking good right now on the 408 and the Turnpike. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Amtrak. Whether you're craving a breath of fresh mountain air, an exciting new adventure, or just some free babysitting from Grandma, Amtrak can get you there. With more than 500 destinations across the country. Everything you're missing, just an Amtrak away.
Find out just how much you can save on your monthly mortgage payments at rpfunding.com. I'm Robert Palmer, and I want to help you save thousands by refinancing your home loan and letting me pay your closing costs. Rates this low can't last forever, so lock in today. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/7/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual